sponsor, Teej Hamley. It's too early, but that's okay. My gym workout was phenomenal. Before I went home, I decided to stop over at my mother's house. I haven't seen my mother in 2 months. I know she's going to be very surprised to see me. I can't wait. What the? I couldn't believe what I was seeing. The first thing I noticed was this person's skin. What is going on? Uncomplicated, untreated skin? Who is this guy? I had to take a step back, but then I realized it was my brother. But look at his skin. Have you guys ever seen anything like that? I had to take a closer look and figure out what was going on. Best believe I crept up on him. Peep this. I'm still looking at his skin, trying to figure out how did we get here. I could do nothing but shake my head. He could definitely use my help. I had to get to the bottom of this. He definitely needed some game about his skin. I'm just staring at it, like looking at it. Come on, bro. I knew what to do. I had to reach in my bag and get that Teej Hamley. Uncomplicated skincare for men. Bro, this is why I'm excited to have Teej Hamley as a sponsor of today's video. They have helped me start and maintain my skincare routine by making the entire process uncomplicated. Honestly, it's the best skincare system for guys like you and me. I recommend you start with their level 1 system, which comes with all the basics. A daily face wash to get rid of the dirt and the grime on your skin, a 2 times per week exfoliating scrub to get rid of the dead skin cells, an AM moisturizer with SPF 20 because you should always be protecting your skin from the sun, and a PM moisturizer to help your skin stay hydrated and healthy throughout the night. My brother was so excited. My favorite part about Teej Hamley is that every box comes with an instruction card that tells you when to use each product, how much to use, and in what order. They really make the process of achieving and maintaining amazing skin easy. Shout out to Teej Hamley. And because Teej Hamley is sponsoring today's video, they're offering my viewers a great deal. Just click the first link in the description, and not only will you get Teej Hamley for the best possible price, but they'll also give you a free gift with your first box. Click that link and get started today for just $30. Feel the Teej. Let the Teej force be with you. It's go time. Going on, family? Welcome to King Talking Just the Crew. We got Mr. Let Go. We got Trill AC, Ricky Williams. We have Sean Ali, Humble Dad, RJB, Shannon Raw, be myself on Lapeef KI. Welcome to King Talking to Lapeef Network. What's going on, family? What's going on? How y'all doing?
Incredible, big dog. How you doing?
Peace, Kings. Peace, King.
Peace and blessings, everybody.
What's happening?
What's going on, homies?
Give me a brush.
A brush.
Oh, hell. Here you go, brushing his hair already. It's like the second he gets on, he starts brushing his hair. That means he wasn't brushing his hair before he got on the show. I just want y'all to think about that. Second he gets on the show, he starts brushing his hair.
Hey, yo, listen, man. Y'all gotta remember. Hold on for a second. Y'all all older than me, right? You see I'm still messing with that night? You see, come here. This is what I got to deal with. This is what y'all don't realize. This is what I got to, my little ones, they still gave everybody the greens, y'all. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So
that's what's up.
This is what I'm working with right now. All right, come on. Daddy got business to do. So that's where I'm at, y'all.
Yeah, that's just excuses. Mine asleep.
Yo, mine just took a dump all in my bed. Like he got the stomach virus, so he just literally eat all in my bed, no cap. So I'm dealing with it.
I don't miss those days, boy.
Stomach virus is going crazy in this crib. I got over it like 2 days ago. Now it's his turn.
Oh, man, hope speedy recovery for the Lord, man.
Yeah, appreciate recovery, man. And shout out to the little ones, man. We got to raise them right? That being said, before we get the show started, make sure you guys hit the like button. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Is it an echo? I got echo on my end a little bit.
No, I don't hear nothing. You good?
Okay. Shout out to the sponsor, Tej Hanley, Uncomplicated Skincare for Men. Make sure you guys click the link, 30% off along with a free gift. That link is in the description. Let me see what we got in the chat. Shout out to Dedicated to My Children's Future, Miss Nurse Fancy, the Will, the AP Accountability Partner. Shout out to all the Green Gang that's in the chat right now. I can't name every last one of you. I see Joe Lee. Haven't seen you in there before, so shout out to you. And if you're watching and you're not part of the Green Gang, I suggest you become part of the Green Gang. Hit the like button. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Let's go get this show started. I know everybody was triggered from the title, The Power of a Woman. It seems to be a lot of people against that, but we're going to dive into it. We're going to build up to that.
Really? They was against it?
I see you getting all dressed up, man, for the occasion, huh? We started talking about the power of a woman, and
You're right.
showed up for the occasion.
Man, go ahead.
Yo,
ahead,
this is his favorite topic. He about to go crazy. The power of the woman.
Yeah, here you go.
The minister says.
Go ahead, man.
Man,
Like,
go ahead, man.
Look, I got my clothes in the Gap and anything. Chill, don't do that. Chill, don't do that. I could go directly into that chapter, but we ain't gonna do all of that today, man. Come on, man.
Okay. All right. Well, let's go ahead and now get this show started. Our first topic of the night. First topic of the night is the vanishing Black family. Came across this little small video, man. I'm gonna go ahead and play it. What's up, Shan?
What up? What up?
Yeah, man. I think a black screen down there. I forgot you was even on.
That's how black I am.
Okay. All right, here we go.
Raise your hand if you're married. None of you are married. Raise your hand if you would like to be married to your baby's father. One. The rest of you who don't plan to get married, why don't you plan to get married? I'd like to know that.
You already have your child to think about, and then a whole family to care for. You know, it's a lot of responsibility, and then you don't want the commitments.
I wouldn't want no man holding me down because I think I can make it as a single parent.
But don't you think you might need help in raising that baby from a man?
Not really. I didn't have a father. My father wasn't in the home, so you know it really. Male figures are not substantially important in the family.
Raise your hand if you're married.
Vanishing Black family. It's like some people in the chat seen that video. It was my first time seeing it. You guys seen it before?
Yeah, man. I played that 7 years ago. I put that on my Facebook page, had a discussion about it. It's more to it too. And 7 years, it was 2015. I put it up, and as you can imagine, 7 years ago, I got a lot of pushback from women because of the second half of that video, because of the brothers that was on there. I don't know if you guys saw the whole video, but it was some brothers that came on there, and he was like, "Yeah, man, the children's for the women, man. You know, I don't wear no condoms, but women don't want me to wear no condoms. They don't like that stuff." It was like some brothers like that. But the biggest part
like that now.
The biggest part of the discussion that I was having was, I was like, well, do you guys feel that you guys was brainwashed, that they did a number on us, that they set it up for us to be broke? I mean, to be apart. The women didn't feel that way. And now 7 years later, here we are.
I'm glad
go ahead.
I'm glad we're going to be able to address that tonight on King Talk, and let the Kings really talk and break down from, you know, turn that thing from different dynamics, and let some people who look like them really address this, because I a lot of times, you know, I have a problem when others like to, who help put us in the conditions that we are in today, And then after you make the product and then you display the product and say, look at these niggas. Because that's a lot of times what I get from that. I made a nigga, and now look at these niggas. I'm gonna display my product of what I made in front of the world. This is the reason why we don't need to respect them. Yeah, we all know they was brainwashed, but we're gonna break down this thing, and all, not them, just them, even how we are today, because ain't nothing different from what's that, 86? Wasn't nothing different from 86 than what it is to 2022, going on to 23. The cycle still remain the same.
Well, that's on us if it's still the same, though, not on them.
We're gonna get into that. That's why I said I'm glad that we able to discuss that amongst ourselves, and we are able to criticize ourselves, and we able to say, speak some truthful hurt, that hopefully that we, everybody, we not here to disrespect nobody. We not here to try, we are one black family, and we able to criticize our family so we can stand up and do better. Because yes, it's their fault that we are in these conditions, but it's our fault that we don't get ourselves out these conditions. So
Aisha was letting me do it and not being accountable.
What's going on? Jared, you good?
What?
What JR got going on over there?
I don't know.
No,
hold on, bring it back on the camera. What she say?
He in two chats. He in two different lives, I think.
No, I'm just joking. I'm just messing with him.
No, I had to in a new setup, man. So I ain't got everything set up. It's kind of awkward. A lot of shit going on. Anyhow, go ahead, Humble Dad. What was your thoughts about it?
Yes, it's unfortunate that they see no need for the man to be with. However, what she said, that I don't want to be held down by a man, but she's raising a son. I think she was, maybe, but she's raising a child by herself, and she doesn't think that there's a need for a husband or a man to even be in the situation. However, it took a man for her to lay down with to make the kid. And so in her mind, she seems to think that the guy that she chose to lay down with is worthy of having a kid, but not worthy enough to be a wife with. Like, that's crazy to me, because as I talk about on my, my channel often, it's like, it takes two to make the thing go right, so to speak, right, as the song says. And for all of them, most of them say, like, I wouldn't even want to be with my baby daddy, but they actually chose more often than not that would be the person that they would lay down with and procreate with. And so before 86, this was happening. I think 86 is when it got caught up. I think Shannon talked about this as well. Like, it started happening around the 60s. When civil rights and then integration took place, and then it said welfare and things of that nature. So it was way before 86. It just so happens that, you got the clip, and then now we're here today, and it still seems to be the same mantra that I don't need a man to raise a kid. I talked about that yesterday. And every study, so many studies that show that a kid needs mom and dad for them to be mentally, emotionally, financially, prepared for the world. And that's so unfortunate that our people are not really getting that message. So the vanishing of the black family has been happening probably, I want to say late 60s.
I think we're getting the message, though. I think people just it's almost like smoking. Like, when I see somebody that's under 50 years old smoking a cigarette, I'm thinking to myself, there's no more evidence necessary for cancer, for lung cancer, for we don't need to do any more commercials on how bad smoking is. So if I see somebody under 50 smoking a pack of Newports, smoking a Camel, smoking cigarettes, you just don't give a fuck. And so when Humble Dad, tell me this: when you say that we're not, is the message not landing on people, or are people? And since we're talking about women, in this particular situation? Are women just having children because they're selfish and they don't give a fuck about what they don't, it's not so much I want my child to succeed. I want a child because that looks cool. It's almost like a handbag. It's like a fucking accessory.
What I've seen, just having these conversations is that there is no, and we've had this conversation on this panel as well, that there's not an accountability for them or shame. We talked about it yesterday. There's not a shame to be a single mother, right? It's okay to be a single mother, right? And raise a kid by yourself. We're not talking about a woman who was married and then there was divorce. Like, we're not talking about those. We're talking about individuals that have said, you know what, I don't care about who I have sex with. If I have a kid, so be it. It's that, what is it? The sexual liberation, right? That says that I can have sex with anybody and whatever. If I have a kid, then I already know that, like Mr. Lego has said, that they're going to be still taken care of, right? So there's not really an accountability for them to want to change. Not, I'm speaking in general terms, right? I'm not speaking of every woman because it's nuanced, as somebody has said. But I think, based on what I've seen and heard, that women that decide to lay down with a dude, they don't see that there is going to be a repercussion of that decision. Whereas with dudes, we kind of have an idea, and then dudes are raw dogging. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, there is a repercussion that's going to take place. We're going to have a kid. But women, they don't have one as it relates to, like, they're still going to be taken care of by their family, by society, and nobody looks at them in a negative way. So I don't think that they're getting the message, even though it's being stated.
I don't think they care
No, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
I don't think they care about the message. I don't think they give a care about the kids. I don't think they care about anything. If we being honest, what's the subject of this live? The power of a woman. They have the power to build and destroy nations. They have the power to set society, to set trends, to set everything. Didn't we talk about this on Trill? Didn't we talk about this on your show, bro? About how women how they can say, again, the modern women, right? We control fashion, we control the movement, we control the flows of the waves, right? The waves of the ocean. But complain about the way society and everything's set up when the society is set up in faction for them, by them. Right? What do we say in all what do we say in all this manosphere talk? The world was built by men for y'all. This is the power that they throw away so willy-nilly and freely, and then expect people to clean up the mess. Women have the power to program the children, to teach the nation, no matter what people keep saying about how father's supposed to impact this and that. Throughout history, human history, that's a long time for you people who don't know your history. The woman has been the teacher of the child. Where are these women on this video? Where are their children at now? We control access to relationships. They control access to sex. They are the portals, the black mother, the mother universe that allows life onto this planet. We're just the seed planters. Ain't that what they tell us? This is y'all power that y'all give away so willy-nilly. But y'all rather be boss bitches.
A baby to a black woman is a rite of passage. To black women, if you don't have a baby, you're not a woman. So they don't look at a baby as family, settling down. It's just like graduating from high school. A baby is like a diploma to our women. You're not a woman until you have a baby. So they don't view motherhood the same way as the rest of the world. It's single motherhood to them. See, single motherhood and motherhood are two different things. So there is an expectation of single motherhood because their little dumb friends are single mothers. And women simply are monkey see, monkey do. They assimilate with each other. So you got all these dumbass women just run around, my baby this, and none of them have, husbands. None of them have husbands. Monkey see, monkey do. The next woman is just going to be the same way. So it turns into almost a competition of who's gonna dress their baby up the cutest, not who's gonna take care of their baby the best. Is whose baby is gonna be the cutest, whose baby is gonna have the nicest hair. And in this video, the young lady says, my father wasn't in the home, which means she's completing or continuing the cycle that her dumbass mama started. And that's where it starts. The dumb mama, the dumbass mama. Like, and to the women in the chat, I want to ask you a question. How is it that you didn't grow up with a daddy? You have certain emotional deficits that you suffered by not having a daddy. How on earth did you turn around and curse your own child with the same fucked up life as you lived? That's like you had one arm or something, and then now your child only has one arm. Why would you do your own child like that? It's because it's what life looks like to you. You don't give a shit about your children. All you do is care about your rite of passage. That is the ability to be a single mother. It's the stupidest shit. Like, within everything that black people do, pants off their asses, hold the gun sideways, all the dumb shit that you see black people do, single motherhood is the dumbest shit that black people do. That is the biggest problem that we have. Selling crack, smoking crack, none of it is as bad as being a single mother. Because that's where selling crack starts. That's where smoking crack starts. That's where gang member shit starts. It starts with not having a dad in the home. So all the dumb shit that you see black boys do, black girls do, strippers, whatever, it does not happen most of the time when there's a dad in the home. So all of the dumb shit that black people do, it all starts with the first dumb thing that black people do, which is have a baby out of wedlock by some loser ass dude. Most black families are full of women, 90% women. This is not something that is a fluke. Almost every black family is 90% women. None of the goddamn women are looking to get married. And then when what is somebody who's married, they not even close to the family. There's always that one cousin or one auntie that lives out in the suburbs that got married. She don't even fuck with the damn family. That's the biggest problem. These women don't give a fuck, and it's sad.
I think just watching that video and watching them girls, I don't necessarily feel like they was proud of the situation. I think, like, as people, when you've been deprived of something and you don't even know what better feels like, you begin to take almost egotistical view of, I don't need that shit to make it, right? She words out of her own mouth, right? I didn't have a dad in my home, so, whatever, my mom did what she had to do, so I did what I had to do, you know what I'm saying? So I don't necessarily need a man. Like, it's just, you know what I'm saying? So it's that type of thing. Because I was deprived and because I feel like I'm living, which is another misconception, right? It's hard to realize how terrible your life really is until you go outside of that box and experience people that's living better, right? It's just like us growing up in our neighborhood. I felt like I don't need no tutor. I don't need no degree. I don't need these things for me to win. I know such and such over here making money in the streets. I know such and such over here making money at the refinery. I know such and such. Like, there's plenty of ways for me to make money. I don't need that, right? But then I leave that environment and then I go get the degree, and then I meet all of these people who dad is the CEOs of companies, and these kids that are driving Benzes and Ferraris to school and shit like that. And it's like, well, damn, this is y'all normal. I was living terribly, but I didn't see that because I was in it, right? So I think in their situation, the dad not being in the home gives them a false sense of like ego, bravado almost against the idea. But it's not like okay, all knowing, and I grew up with a dad, and I genuinely just taking this stance as to I don't need a man. It's just I've never had that, and I'm here. And that's the thing about Black people. We confuse surviving with living. So in her instance, right, she watched her mom grow up without a dad in the home. She's seen that as living because she never seen what living looks like. She never seen what a healthy 2-parent household looks like. I'm sure her situation ain't no different than her cousins, ain't no different than her best friend, ain't no different than the rest of the women that was in the room. Fact is in our community, a lot of the times the dad is just not in the home. So you even have men that had that mindset grow up. Man, I don't need no damn daddy. I'm good. I'm making this amount of money. I'm driving this. I got this car. I don't need no daddy for nothing. But what is that? That's egotistical bravado against some shit that I was deprived of. So I think she's just exhibiting the same thing from a female perspective. But again, I think the older she gets and the more that she ventures out, well, she's older now, obviously, but the older she got and the more she ventured out and the more life she lived, I think she'll even say today how stupid she sounded. But when you're in it, it's hard to diagnose if I ain't never seen nothing else.
Hey, James, you get the opportunity to see the video?
No, I didn't. But interesting conversation that I came in on and Mr. Let Go. Kind of got a little bit of a grasp, but if you want to give me kind of a synopsis or something.
Raise your hand if you're married. None of you are married. Raise your hand if you would like to be married to your baby's father. 1. The rest of you who don't plan to get married, why don't you plan to get married? I'd like to know that.
You already have your child to think about, and then a whole family to care for. It's a lot of responsibility, and then you don't want the commitments.
I wouldn't want no man holding me down because I think I can make it as a single parent.
But don't you think you might need help in raising that baby from a man?
Not really. I didn't have a father. My father wasn't in the home, so it really, male figures are not substantially important in the family.
There you go, James.
Yeah, I've seen this clip before, man. And it's crazy, it's sad, it was from the 80s, and I don't know what the numbers say, but it seems to certainly not have gotten better. At best, it's maybe stayed the same, but it seems like it's gotten worse. It's a lot of smoke for the women in this regard. And everybody deserves some smoke in our community, if there is such a thing as a Black community. But at the end of the day, right, Rashawn? At the end of the day, I gotta lay it at the feet of the men. If we're supposed to be the leaders, if men are supposed to be the leaders, I got 3 daughters. All right. If any of them become single moms, like, that's on me. That's how I take it. I'm their dad. At some point, these stupid women, why would you do that? Why would they choose? At some point, there was a father in the home. Whether it wasn't the last generation, the generation for that, it wasn't daddy, it was granddaddy, it was great granddaddy. At some point, there was a father in the home that had a daughter that ended up being a single mom. And then that single mom maybe led to another single mom, to another single mom. But at some point, there was a man in the picture. And so, like, even now in dating conversations, like, I talk a lot about arranged marriage. I'm serious about that. Like, I'm arranging the marriage for all of my children. And people think that's crazy. Like, why why
Who
would
think
I
that crazy?
allow?
Don't let them talk you out of that.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Like, why would I? Like, we're involved in all these other decisions. You know, where you going to school, help you choose your major. You know, you have some autonomy in it and influence. But I'm going with you on the campus visits. I'm going with you. I'm helping you make the decision. I'm guiding you. Right? It's your decision, but I'm guiding you. You know, what are you going to do with your life and all these type of things. But with arguably the most important decision, who you're going to make with, like, figure that out. And then, you know, come give me the whole thing of like asking a woman's dad for hand in marriage. At best, it's a formality. At best, it's just they done met, got super serious. You don't even come meet family till you get serious. It's like, oh, you trying to meet my family? We ain't even that serious yet. The implication is we should get serious first, and then you meet my family. I'm supposed to be your number one, you know, guide of protection and vetting. So at the moment that there's interest expressed that's beyond platonic, I need to meet this joker before you get attached. Ain't no, oh, you interested? You got to talk to my daddy. Because I'm gonna be involved in that thing, right? And so giving that protection and that vetting and helping choose to mate, where if these women are these stupid women, well, then why are they picking for themselves? Where's the dad at some point? If as men we're supposed to be the leaders. So you know, as I don't know what the solution to how we get out of it, you know, in any type of quick order. It took us a long time to get here. I don't think it's it's gonna be easy to get out. But I think on the individual level, the men who are involved, like we got to step up and we do not leave our daughters up to making that decision on their own. They're not equipped. Women are not equipped to choose a mate for themselves. Point blank, period. So I'm going to be involved in that process because I do believe the responsibility ultimately, you know, falls on men in the community.
Go ahead, but man. Just keep in mind, the woman specifically said herself that she didn't have a dad. So we love to run around and saying, where's the men? I don't know. The damn women like are choosing the stupidest men, the dumbest men in the community to have a baby because they are looking to have a baby. So it's like a horse just breeding, or a dog. You know how you bring a dog in to breed? You don't care about the male dog. You just care about the puppies so you can breed the puppies. You don't give a damn. You want the dog to kind of like be, you know, a fully bred dog, but you don't care about the male dog. You care about these babies. So the same thing that goes, I'm not comparing women to dogs, but it's a breeding thing. Women just want a baby and they let the dude go on about his business. So it ain't no damn dude even in the first place. It ain't no man in none of these damn households. The daddy
there was a
even
man
there.
At some point.
The father ain't even there.
There was a man at some point. This shit
happened 2 generations ago. The grandmother don't even have no daddy.
Okay, what about the great grandmother? Somebody had a father present. That's my point.
I'm gonna be honest with
you. He's dead, bro. He's dead.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think this is a false equivalency, right? Again, I can only go by what I'm seeing. And again, on these panels and in everyday life, what Trill say, what happened when women get to college? You could have you could have the best daddy who gave you all the guidance in the world, bro. But when you get out in that world, you gonna do what you want to do. This way, y'all, this is bullshit, bro. All this shit. No, bro. Once she get out into the world, she in the world, bro. You better pray. You better pray that she hold on to the lessons you taught her. That's all you can do, dog. Let's be real. Let's be real. For a girl to go through you, honestly, for a dude that she was vetting, consider yourself lucky, because even if you don't like him, she gonna rock with him. If she fuck with him like that, she gonna fuck with him. It ain't enough daddies, and I said it before, and I'll say it again, my guy. Ain't enough daddies to protect their daughter from a man she wanna fuck with.
So yeah, I'm gonna push back and reject on that one, because I would say how many men even have the expectation, and they're setting the tone of the expectation. My oldest daughter's 13. She already knows.
They don't.
Right, exactly. So I think we often underestimate the capabilities of young people. They will rise to the level of what expectation we have for them. So you already had an expectation. Like most men have the expectation that you're gonna go out there and do that. They had an attitude of what Ricky is saying here. So of course they're gonna rise to that level, right? Some kids grow up in a household where there's a different academic expectation and standard, right? And this is how you're gonna operate. Some grow up in a household with how they're gonna carry themselves, like, and there's a standard. And yeah, people fall short and make mistakes, but the type of standard that you set has a huge impact on what they're gonna rise to. So if you had an attitude of like, well, they just gonna do whatever, and you're not involved, yeah, you're never gonna hit a target that you don't have.
And I'm gonna push back on that because that's not what I said. I just said that fathers groom their daughters to be professional, upstanding ladies, and then when they get out into the world, shit happens. And
how many fathers, Ricky, groom their daughters that you do not choose? You bring them to me.
Listen to what I'm saying, bro. Ain't nobody out here telling their daughter get on a stripper pole. Ain't nobody out here telling their daughter, hey, it's okay with you being a single mom. I want you to get pregnant at 17. Who telling their dad? Who telling their daughters that?
But how many fathers are telling their daughters, once you leave the house, you get 18, I've raised you, I've given you principles. Now go out there and navigate the world on your own and make good decisions.
I think everybody telling their daughter that.
Exactly, that's my point. They're not still involved. And they haven't set the standard of you don't make that decision without me. You grown. They had an attitude. You grown now. You go do it.
Okay.
So look. Here's the thing. I think I'm the only single dude up here. I'm the only dude who's dating. I'm the only dude who talk to women. Who talks to different women weekly. And
I do too.
Oh, I thought you were I thought you was damn near engaged, about to get married.
No, I'm in some no.
Yeah, no. What? Yeah, no.
He was in love 2 weeks ago. Okay, that's a whole nother conversation.
Okay.
New episode.
Not have an answer, gang.
Listen,
you should say the show last Thursday. He's talking about spitting on folks. So
listen, you guys already know my position on this.
Shannon, we both single though, but for the record.
Oh, sorry, Rashawn, I forgot. All right, cool.
I don't know about Mr. Let Go though. It one week, this week, next week.
But Rashawn, I'm a heathen.
Oh, one foot out. Pull that in. 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
Oh God, we're gonna have to talk about that. All right, listen. Here's the reason I was interrupted rudely is because James wasn't here when we talk about this every 2-3 months, and you guys all know my position. Run that nigga through me, right? And Trill and Ricky is typically always letting me know they gonna do what they gonna do when they leave the house. I get it, but I'm with James on this. And it's tough for me because I have sons and I don't have daughters, so I feel like I'm sort of unqualified. Whereas Ricky and Trill currently have daughters. Nevertheless, I still believe
I have daughters too, and I rock with what you're saying.
And I got 2 daughters also.
I still believe that everything that James is saying will work if it starts early. See, I went to college, pledged fraternity, I was in the military, I traveled the world, all the parties, I was the promoter, I let the fine ones in, told the ugly ones to stand in line. What? I did all of that, right? I know what that's like, and I know, and the thing is now, and the reason why I brought up, I think I'm one of the only single people on the panel is I talk to the women I talk to now, fathers are just hands off. Dads are just fucking hands off today, man. When you just in just general conversation with a woman, and you guys know I date younger women. Just general conversation, they daddies don't give a fuck about what they're doing. It's like your dad don't know that. Your dad, your father doesn't care. You just tap in with him, and he just says, "All right, we'll just keep it going. Let me know how it goes." And he's living his whole life. not giving a fuck about what you're doing, who you're doing it with, who you dating, what you're doing, how you're doing it. And basically, if I was to come, it'd be an introduction to how you doing, Pop? How you doing? Yeah, I've been smashing your daughter for the last 5 years, and I guess I get to meet you now. And I'm telling you, I'm getting ready to marry. It's not even a matter of vetting. The dads are just hands off these days, you guys, and it's like that throughout all the age ranges, 20s, 30s, and 40s. Pops is gone. Now, if fathers were to do what James is talking about, and I'm talking about doing that from young age, I think when our daughters graduate and go to Cal State Long Beach or go to USC or shoot over to UCLA or go over to the HBCUs, they would, and if it was done properly and communication was flowing back and forth between the father and the daughter, and again, I'm speaking hypothetically, I do believe that the father would have a way of vetting these guys that these daughters is fucking with. But the reality is we're so used to so many women who don't give a fuck. I mean, so many women whose dad don't give a fuck, that's all we know. And that's how we think it. So she's gonna run off and do what she want to do. And when she finds somebody she want, she gonna smash that nigga and she's gonna fuck with Pookie and whatnot. And dad is gonna be like, oh goddamn, my daughter. But you didn't even call. You didn't talk to her about nothing. You didn't watch it. You didn't watch it when she was in high school. You didn't, and I'm not saying be a helicopter parent, but I'm saying you just kind of didn't give a fuck because you was too busy doing your thing. So I just kind of think, and again, this is King talking. This is not women bashing talk. That's not the name of the show.
Oh, really?
We're listening at this video of these women and we're talking about these, but what are the solutions? If not do what James is saying, then what can we do as men to try to right the wrong of the last 40 years? I don't know, man. I believe that if James seemed to have brought the only solution up here, all of us kind of like talked about the women that we saw in the video and talked about how women are and whatnot. But James is like, yo, it's on men. Well, again, I have a little pushback on that because the consent of the governed. You guys all hear that. If I don't got motherfuckers that want to follow me, then I can't. How can I be a good coach if my players don't listen? Right? I get that. But then what do we do? And if you could start early with your children and your daughters particularly, I think that you can avoid a whole lot of 304s and sluts out there if you start and do it right. It's just what I kind of believe. Because right now, the women that I meet and talk to and just yap with and chit chat with and shit, their daddies is gone. Even if they're there, he ain't there. It's like he don't give a fuck. And I'll be like, and because I talk about what I talk about and they know my channel and the chicks see my page and all that, they know they're gonna hear from me. And they're like, damn, my dad don't give a fuck. Because I'm they just don't.
Shannon, watch this. The same way we saying that the women in the video, they don't know because they ain't been exposed. They don't know what they don't know. We don't know because we ain't been exposed about what I'm talking about with the involvement, right? I'll say it that way. Involved, parental involvement in marriage versus arranged marriage, even though arranged marriage is still more prominent in most of the world. It's just not a Western thing. So we don't know what that looks like, right? But go over to, the Middle East and think you're going to, like just grab up one of their daughters. Even some African countries think you're just going to grab up one of their daughters and just marry them. Like,
it happens over here. It's just not in the black culture because white people do it every day over here.
Every day. Every
single day. And I'm with, listen, and I understand exactly where Ricky was coming from that angle, and I respect that angle, and I do agree with it from a different angle. However, the solution based, I'm with James because that's the way how we're taught. Yeah, everybody, what you saying is take control. The solution is lie with us. I'm sorry.
And it ain't even that foreign amongst.
If you want to say, well, I can't be a man. Well, if you're a man that's not leading anyone or people or don't have no influence over anybody, nobody, then you ain't a good leader. And nobody should follow you in the first place. But when you a leader,
you have a magnetic energy that attracts people to follow you. Don't say, oh yeah, I don't got nobody, man. I can't be a leader because there's nobody follow me. Then goddamn it, you doing something wrong. Because everybody on here has magnetic energy as leaders. I can see Ricky being a leader, Shannon, Mr. Let Go, even those in Trill and everybody on the panel right now. Even if we don't agree with everything the way how we move, it doesn't matter. Your leadership quality stands out. I can see it. It spews when you talk, the way how you carry yourself. So a man that's running around talking about he ain't got nobody to follow, then nobody should be following his ass. But yeah, it's a sad situation seeing our people in that kind of condition. And sisters, listen, we got to hold your feet to the fire. No, this is not a woman bashing thing. I know that you want companionship. You desire, but what kind of company do you want in your life? What kind of company do you want in your life? You just choosing what Mr. Letco and all of them say is the Pookies of the world. You got to do better than that and stop taking advice. Look at the friends that you keep as your friends. Looking at those women to consult with when you have a problem. Come on now, who's in the same condition or maybe in a worse condition than your own? Looking for some man in your past life or in your present life who ain't no good for advice. No, close your goddamn legs and stop blaming men every goddamn day. If you saying that a man raped you, then you got us. But you got to close your goddamn legs. Make that nigga earn it. You buying you some Douce, and the next thing you know, you escaping the world. That's why you stay drunk. Goddamn alcoholics every goddamn day. Trying to escape your depression and the state of mind because you can't pick a good goddamn man. We know your daddy ain't there, but shit, most of us ain't have our daddies there. I give you your reprieve for your 18, 19, 20-year-olds who having babies. But goddamn it, when you 25 and older, you can't keep blaming on your own goddamn childhood. We all come from that. Look who the company that you keep. All your whole goddamn. I can't wait till this Saturday to get lit and picking the wrong niggas every single week. You gotta do better than that shit, man. You gotta do better than that, man. Because guess what? I could be angry like this because I know the solution is us. It's gonna take men. So when we tell you take your ass back in the house and put on some different goddamn clothes, because you looking for me to protect you. When we tell you to, man, take off that looking like a goddamn clown. You goddamn right we could criticize you because you looking for us to protect you. I don't care about what they be talking. I don't need no man. The ones that saying ain't no man needs a man. Man, listen, please, man. Y'all gotta stop this BS, bro. You gotta stop this BS.
My God. Tell him, Rashawn. Yo, we just gotta let that breathe for a second. Shout out to my guy, Rashawn. The awakening has begun.
Okay. It was passion on that one, man. I felt that. I felt like
I ain't got shit to say. I just want to congratulate Rashawn for those words, bro.
Let's go and get to these super chats, Ricky.
Shelton, what's good, boy? He said, salute to the kings, nothing but respect. Appreciate you. BZ, what's good? Salute, fellas. I always wonder who made single motherhood cool. Anyone? Dark Knight became a member. Thanks, bro. Appreciate you. Big Ant, what's good? When Mr. Let Go got on shades and a red shirt, he is in a commitment. No shades, he's single. What's good, Luck? Lucky Marie in the building. JR, the Trillers, Ricky Love, Big Shine. Hey, panelists.
That's all. Shout out to all the super chats come
Good
through.
luck.
Salute to the sponsor, TE Channel. Make sure you guys click the link in the description. 30% off along with a free gift. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Moving on to our next topic of the night. A family without a vision will fight each other. A family without a vision will fight each other.
The reason why families fight is because we were put on this earth to have dominion, a kingdom. We all want to control something. So if the family doesn't have a mission, the mission of the family becomes to tear each other up. What else you gonna do? You were created on this earth to have dominion. That's why when you get in a job, you want to excel. You start a business, you want to grow it. You get one car, you want to get another one. You get a house, you want to get a bigger house. You got this girl, but you know what I mean? So we all are wanting to conquer something. But when your family has no mission, you end up conquering each other. When your family, y'all are building a family, if y'all don't have a mission on where you want BWR to go, the vision of it, and if anyone's not aligned, I love you, but we got to keep moving forward. It's easy that way. It's like saying, hey, let's start a business. Let's get a corporation. Let's get a product. But
after that, we just leave it to the wind, huh?
And when you understand the mission, you're going to have slip ups. Bro, I ain't the best, right? You're going to fall. You're going to be distracted. But what keeps you glued, what keeps y'all from quitting on each other, is when you can go back to the blueprint and say, this is what we're fighting for. Are you still on point? Yeah. Are you still on point? All right. Well, we got to clear this up because we both are committed to the mission. And that's the problem with a lot of people. They don't realize it. And it has a lot to do with not having an identity.
A family without a vision will fight each other. Humble Dad, go ahead and go first. I'm going to go to Trio.
Proverbs 29:18 talks about without a vision, the people perish. I mean, if you don't know where you're going, you don't have no leadership, then you're going to be pretty chaotic. I mean, you talk about any type of team that we're into sports, all of us, most of us, I would say. And we can see the dysfunction of teams when there is no leadership, there is no vision, there is no structure, and people are at odds with each other. So I definitely believe that. I mean, me as a man of trying to start a family again, I understand like when I was without my late wife, I was discombobulated. And now that I have Kendra, things are different. You know what I'm saying? My kids are comfortable in the position of where they're going to be. And I've set a vision of where we're going to go. She's comfortable. Everybody's comfortable and moving towards that direction, as opposed to not having the vision. Now it's like, okay, when is anything going to get done, and how are things going to get done? And so what's going on right now is that, as I've talked before, some men, not all, but I don't know the number, but men don't really have a vision of what it is that they want to do as it relates to moving forward with a legacy. They would prefer to, run the streets and whatnot. And as a result, we can blame whoever, but I'm gonna go with on this part as far as leadership is from the man's perspective. When the man doesn't have a vision, then how can the woman follow him? And then how can they, and once they procreate, then what is it that's going to be happening? And so there is constantly a dysfunction currently, but and as a result, we are where we are. So of course, a family without a vision will fight each other. Even my own family, like it's not a grandfather, it's not a father. The men, the stronger men, the older men in our family don't really take control of the women that are very combative. They just let the women do whatever, so to speak, because they're older, and as a result, there's a lot of confusion, right? So I totally agree with that. There needs to be a man leading and providing the vision, and everybody knowing their role and taking their place.
I don't disagree with anything Humble Dad said. I think dude in the video saying something I feel like it's pretty obvious. Sounded like word salad to me, if I'm gonna be honest, because essentially it sounded like what he's saying is, as long as you have vision, there will be no fighting. That's not true. It's not true. You know how many Fortune 500 companies, family owned, that'll cut each other throat to assume the power, assume the throne, assume the most money, assume to be the head, assume to be the face. Fact is, man, is that people are just naturally greedy. Some people are. Most people are. We're gonna be honest. As long as that's the case, no matter what the vision is, like the vision may get us there. When we get there, shit'll fall apart. Why you think rap groups don't stay together? Singing groups don't stay together. Groups in general don't stay together for long. It's because at some point, somebody's gonna want to step out and take sole claim or take ownership, or I need to be the reason we won. So regardless of who's leading, let's say that we do have the patriarch of the family leading or whatever, but let's say that somebody under him feel like they doing more work than anything to get us where we need to go. That's gonna be resentment built up. Shit, it'd be resentment built when somebody not doing the work. Resentment just for not being in your spot. And us being family does not negate that. So that's my only issue with it, is because, like I said, it would make it seem like as long as there's vision, that there will be no, what's the word, fighting. That's not true. Like I said, there's so many rich families, billionaires. You look at the Menendez brothers and shit like that, to where people trying to force their kid into the family, into the vision, and they don't want to go. And instead of saying, being understanding and say, you know what, man, I'm gonna just let you go do what you want to do. I'm gonna get behind what your passions or whatever you want to do is. They'll either try to cut him off or they'll try to force him into it. And that right there builds up resentment. Now, we done all bought into the vision. Clearly, we rich, we billionaires, we millionaires. But that doesn't stop infighting. Also, when people die, we see a bunch of fighting amongst people that was invested into the vision, right? But when that person is dead, again, that greed that I spoke about kicks in. And just because we are family, that does not make us immune. So that's my only take on that. Again, it sounded great, like most clips that go viral. But when you break it down to the root, it sound a lot like word salad to me.
RJD, what are your thoughts about it, sir? A family without a vision will fight each other.
Well, I'm with Trill on this one, man. Like, my family's, I talk from where my own experience. My family is a family that's consistently fighting. We from the top to the bottom. The vision is my grandfather set a vision for the family from day one. But like you said, Trill, when that man closed his eyes, that greed woke up. And everyone who was so-called behind that plan wanted their own way, right? They wanted their own way to show through in that vision. And that right there has destroyed the family in ways that to this day we still try to put it back together. And my grandfather's been dead over 30 some odd years. So that the statement of a family without a vision is going to fight, I can't get behind it. They're going to fight regardless. Family is family and they people. So they're going to fight regardless. I got 2 kids in here under the age of 6. They fight over toys, food, clothes, anything that's possible to fight over, they're going to fight over. And so from children on up, man, it's the same way. I think that when we know the vision and we all bought into it, the way we seen ourselves in that vision, like we seen yourself inside of someone, the vision itself. If you can see yourself, if you can see yourself inside of someone else's vision, the family vision, you won't have no problem. And so my personal thing is, bring everyone in. Like you said, Trill, if you bring someone into the division, like my son, he gets older, he doesn't want to do what I'm doing. Cool, no doubt. Go about what you want to do. I'm gonna help you do that. But at the same time, don't forget about the family. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget about the home base. So that's just my outtake on it, man.
All right.
And
Go ahead, Trey.
I was gonna say real quick, man, and I just want to get this out real quick. Just because there's a vision doesn't mean, but just because the patriarch of the family or the leader of the family has a vision, that doesn't mean that that's everybody else's vision, everybody else's goal. And I feel like that right there is probably the main issue in terms of what's, disarray and dysfunction happens. Because like I said, you'll literally have people trying to force their family into this line of work or this line of vision that I had. I was watching a show on Netflix called From Scratch. I don't know if y'all seen it or not, but it's a hell of a show. But in the show, the dad's like an old school Italian guy. Like my vision for this family is me working the fields, we gardeners, we doing this. The son wanted to go be an artist. And instead of, again, getting behind his son and, helping him go chase his dream, he cut his son off. Didn't speak to him for decades. Every time the son tried to call, I don't want to talk to him. The son got married. He didn't show up to the wedding. All because he didn't want to buy into this vision that the quote unquote leader of the family had. Right. So again, I just want to say, just because that's your vision doesn't mean that's going to be everybody else's vision. And that alone is going to create infighting.
But if there's a leader, but as a leader, you're supposed to set a vision, right? And and so if that person doesn't have a vision, it's going to be worse off, right? Like the fighting will happen. We take sports, right? Shaq and Kobe fought all the time, right? Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan fought all the time, right? But they had a leader that set what the vision was going to be. And even Dennis Rodman being in that particular position, he was chaotic as well. But because the leader had a particular control on what the destination was, yes, they fought, but they was able to achieve success because they ultimately fell in line with what the goal was, and that was to win the championship. So yeah, I guess I seen it as, yes, people are gonna. I agree with you that they're gonna fight regardless, but if there's a leader there and he has set the vision, the fighting is not going to be the same. Is what I would propose.
But see, my only rebuttal to that would be, right, let's take that Chicago Bulls team. Right. Mike did have a vision. Sure. But just like you said, they had Dennis Rodman, who had, visions of his own, Scotty, who had visions of his own, right? But the thing about dope part about Mike, what made Mike a dope ass leader, is when Dennis Rodman needed to go disappear for them 3-4 days or them 2 weeks to go on that Vegas binge run and do cocaine and mess with white women and all that shit, Mike let him go do it. Why? Because I know when he comes back, I'm going to get the best version of him, right? And that's what a true leader does. I'm going to let everybody in this vicinity contribute to this situation in the way in which I know that I'll get peak efficiency out of them, right? I'm not going to say, no, just because I'm in the gym at 4 a.m. every day and I got 3 or 4 sessions, everybody on this team is going to be in the gym at 4 a.m. every day and have 3 or 4 sessions, right? But a lot of leaders tend to do that, right? And in the process of that, you lose soldiers. People tend to fall off the ship, this, that, and the third. So again, we gotta speak to that nuance if we're gonna use those type of examples. Mike let them be them.
No, it was Phil.
Hey,
but it
I
was
was going to say the same thing.
Wait. I'm about to say I'm with you, Trill, and I agree with
the principle's on point, but that was Phil.
Was on point. You're 100%, but it wasn't MJ, because MJ said in that documentary he looked at Phil when Phil told him let him go. He's like, what? He wanted to snap. So your principle doesn't nothing change. I just want to.
Yeah, and which is actually what I was going to get at, Humble Dad, because I heard 3 key words. You talked about vision, you said leadership, and then you used the word control, right? So a visionary is not necessarily a leader, right? Like as a man, like if we're going to be the epitome of what we should strive to be, we should be a visionary on some level as well as a leader. MJ was definitely a visionary. He had a vision of the championship for sure, right? But like Rashawn's pointing out, the leadership part came from Phil Jackson. So leadership is not that other word you use, control. So I didn't watch the movie Trill, what you said it was From Scratch.
From Scratch.
Yeah. I didn't watch that, but from as you describing it, okay, if the dad's got a vision, for what the family's doing in his vineyard or whatever, but his son is going off to be an artist, is lacking in leadership.
Or pardon me, chef. He was going off to be a chef. I just want to correct.
Going off to be a chef.
Mm-hmm.
Right. As I would say there's some deficiency in leadership for not being able to, if you're a visionary and you also have leadership, and you know that part of your mission, now we bring another word in, mission. So part of your mission as a visionary is to also lead a tribe of people, then I'm going to evolve my vision to be big enough to make space for other people's vision to fit inside of that, right? Like RJD said, if I can see myself in the vision, then we can minimize and negate the infighting. So if I got a vision that we're doing this vineyard, and you know, I don't know if they're doing wine or whatever, and you want to go be a chef, why can't I expand the vision? That's easy to go hand in hand, right? Like I could expand the vision as a leader and cut some of that out. So yeah, I definitely think that that's important to the conversation. But to bring it all the way back, I definitely agree with Trill's initial assessment. That fighting happens with and without a vision. And even if you don't have a vision, fighting is not the only option. Sometimes you see families that don't have a vision, well, they just disperse and just go their own ways. Like my family is not like super tight knit like that. Like I'm over here, I'm doing my thing. It ain't necessarily fighting. We cool. I'm in the, I got the little family cousin group chat. It's on silent because I don't need my phone getting hazed all the time, but I'm just over here. I ain't got no issue with you, but and I'm close with some of my family. Don't get it twisted, but that's an option too. It don't got to be fighting. It could just be you end up not being like super tight knit, if there's no vision.
Well, so, James,
options.
The word is acceptance. The thing that we have to have along with the leadership and the vision is acceptance. I think too many people don't want to accept what's actually going on in front of them, whether it's a family, whether it's a business. Everybody can't go because it's like, even if you got a group of people looking to build something or go in a certain direction, at some point somebody's going to want to go in another direction. And what happens is, if you don't already have the acceptance built in before you start building whatever it is you're building, you're going to depend on the other people so much where when, not if, somebody pulls out, you're not going to be prepared to take that spot or add somebody else in that spot because you're depending on these 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people to build this vision with you. It's your vision. And people have the right to change their mind, whether it's a marriage or a family or a business or whatever. Things change, but too many people don't understand how important change actually is. There's always going to be change. One guarantee in life that's going to change is change. So once we get to the point as individuals where we're willing to accept that your wife is going to leave, your wife is going to do this, or your husband is whatever, no matter what it is, and you are actually able to accept the fact that this is coming to an end, or this business is about to separate, or I'm going to sell my part of the business, or I want to go in another direction, and that's already embedded in your mind in the beginning. Now you already you're one step ahead of that person that's pulling away or changing whatever, whatever they want to do versus you. And it doesn't hurt so much, because once you get to the point where you're like, okay, I accept this person, or I accept this family member for who they want to be, just like what Trill was saying. It's important for that man to accept the fact that his son wants to go be a chef. Support that man. Like, I think it's selfish when we have a vision and we just have this assumption that everybody believes in a vision as much as we do. That almost doesn't make a lot of sense. We are human beings, and we all have the right to change our mind. So we can all be going in one direction. And at some point, just like all of us on this show right now, some of us or one of us may go in a totally different direction next month. Is JR going to accept the fact that, you know what, I appreciate you, do what you do? Or is he going to be like, yo, that's fucked up. I can't believe you. Man, what is wrong with you? Now there's a problem. But as long as JR or whoever looked and said, okay, I accept the fact that all these men or whoever are their own people. And at some point, they may leave. They may change. They may do this. They may do that. Acceptance is the thing that actually lets them back if you're okay with accepting them back. So acceptance works by letting them go, And acceptance works when you let them back, if you want to do that.
How's that working out for us though, Mr. Let Go, as a community? You see, I hear you. I hear what you're saying. You know what? We're all, everybody has free will and can go do what they want to do and let the children grow up and be what they want to be. And, and I support whatever you desire, well, even if it's playing in the NFL and the NBA, which is 80% of the black kids in high school. But how's that working out for us in the long run? Because all this individualism got everybody competing against everybody. It seems to be in the black community particularly. Whereas I look at other communities and them motherfuckers is like, this is what we doing. And then if that don't work for you or you get bored with that, then you can go play around what you think you want to do. And the ones that ran off and did whatever the fuck they want to do, they out there starving artists. But the families that have this structure and organization put in place, the ones that say, look, man, listen, I get it. I understand. We hear the jokes. Oh, you're going to be an engineer, a doctor, or a lawyer or some shit. That's what you hear from every African family or every Indian family. You're going to be an engineer, right? These motherfuckers has got, but we talk about, look at them other communities, got their shit together. Us over here, all individuals. So I'm going to sell hair and you're going to be a real estate agent and you going to fucking aspire to be a fucking rapper, and everybody's all over the place and there's no organization, there's no plan, because we're all have free will to change our minds. And then if I allow you to come back after that fucking thing that you wanted to go do failed, and now we got to readjust. And then once you get over here and you get your money up, now you got $1,500 in the bank, you want to run off again. It just seems, I hear what you're saying, but I don't know that that's necessarily working out for us in the long run, especially those that want to save the community. We need to get back to some structure, right? Don't we, Mr. Let Go? Don't you think that we need to get back to, look, I know that's what you think you want to do, but it ain't gonna work. You're not a good rapper, son. So let that shit go. You're good here. I know you don't think that you want to do that, but that's what's gonna save your ass. You don't think that that's necessary right now?
Let me add to this. Do y'all know when they build bridges, there's a certain amount of leeway that the bridge can bend, go down, up, or whatever, depending on, weight or whatever. You feel me? Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. There's a certain we have too much rigidity when it comes to interpersonal relationships. I'm not saying everybody should just go be on their own. We just have to accept it when it actually happens instead of getting mad. Because I think in our black community, we get mad at people when they don't do what we want them to do. So it's not about individualism. That person is an individual. It's a difference between an individual and individualism. We got to accept people for who they are. So there's a certain amount of, like I said, we have to have a thought in our, it's like getting married and you have a prenuptial agreement. That is the acceptance of the fact that this marriage may not work out. It's not, I hope this marriage don't work out. It's if this marriage doesn't work out, we took care of that already. So it's about the acceptance that this, whatever this is, may not go the way we planned. And it's the same shit that women do. They go in a relationship with all these expectations and then get mad when it don't work out. Men don't think like that. Men have embedded acceptance that, hey, I understand the world. Shit is going to change. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
But when you don't do that, that is when you screw yourself over. You screw the business over. You screw the family over because you're depending on one particular person or one group of people way too much. I always learned from a millionaire friend, every business that you have to be in position to sell it no matter what happens, because there always has to be an exit strategy. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. So, well, let me just throw my part in it. Based on what Trill was saying, fighting is going to happen, vision or not. I think what's missing in the statement was scrolling across the screen. A family without vision will fight each other. A family without vision and a proper plan. See, a proper plan is the thing that we're lacking in the Black community for sure, without a doubt. And I think Humble Dad was getting ready to touch on this. And that's where, we start talking about basketball and field night and all that kind of stuff. The pregame and the postgame. Vision is just surface level, you guys. Everybody that's in the chat listening to us, I don't give a fuck about your surface level vision. This is what we're going to have. We're going to have a 10,000 square foot house, sports car, truck, and a sedan to drive the family. That's what we're going to have. That's the surface level shit. You just work hard and get to the next job, and then I'm going to get this job, and I'm going to be here for 3. That's still surface level. You got to get down to the details, to the nitty gritty details of your program, fellas. Don't how do I say this? I just started a new partnership for one of my fashion brands with somebody, right? And I'm the general partner. And in clause, I think I put in there the morals and code of conduct and the performance that my partners must do. Because I've invested too much money and time on this brand that's already built. It's a turnkey business. They just got to come in and make money, right? But I put a performance clause in our contract. And in there, it said that you must attend meetings. In there, it said you can't talk shit about Shannon on social media. In there, it said you cannot hang up in my face if you get mad at me. In there, it said you cannot disparage my companies. I put in there all kind of shit. In there, it said that you can't wear certain. I put in there to protect my brand and protect myself before I turn the key over to somebody else to make money. Families need contracts these days, if you ask my personal opinion.
That's on individualism. Yeah. Go ahead.
No, families need contracts, and to put people in place and talk about the smallest details, the level, go deeper than the surface level of this is we're going to survive, and we're going to win, and our child is going to go to this college, and then you're going to be and we're going to live in this house. You have to get down to the small details. And this is why I'm really speaking to men that are single, who are dating but don't have a program. Because if you're already in a marriage, it may be kind of tough to odds are it's going to be difficult to change on a dime with a woman who may become contentious if you just start changing up shit. But for guys, you always hear if a man gave me something to follow, or if I had a reason to something to submit to, then I would be a submissive woman. Fellas, when I say that you need to, I think Mr. Lego said, if you build a bus and your bus is going a certain way, getting on my bus, this is what we're doing. But you can't just have a bus. You have to break it down specifically. So you have to talk about things like if somebody dies, if somebody decides to change their mind.
It's called protocol.
Yeah.
Ain't got no protocol.
Contingency plan.
Contingency. You got to talk about all of those little things in the event that such and such gets an A. And then once we make $10 million as a family, then what? Once we get the Super Bowl ring, or once we win the NBA championship, then what? I think somebody mentioned rap groups break up. Yes, they do. You know why? Because they didn't talk about the fucking small details. Well, what happens when we go on tour? And what happens when we start selling merch? And what happens if one of us gets sick or one of us breaks a leg? What happens if one of us gets more pussy than the other one? What happens if we do this, that, and then next thing you know, somebody wants to be a bigger singer than the next. Somebody thinks that they got more stage time. You should have talked about that before you guys blew up. So in a family without a vision and a proper plan that's telling everybody this is what we're going to do. And I'm talking to the men now, right? I'm talking to the kings. This is what we're going to do under this plan and program that anybody decides to get on. That if anybody wants to ride on my bus that I'm creating, this is what your position is, and this is what you're going to do. And in the event that you don't play your position, this is what's going to happen without you. But we never have that conversation. We just talk about getting a 10,000 square foot house and a Mercedes Benz and going on vacations 3 times a year.
Ow.
So Shan,
If you
check this
guys,
out.
gentlemen, let me land right here. Gentlemen, young men that are single, men that are interested in building a family, the men that are out there dating women and they want them to they want to have children with them, they want to marry them, they want to create a legacy, they want to create a family. Before you even start there, write a contract that you will be able to implement and put in place with your family to make sure everybody does everything that they're supposed to do. All the way down to the smallest details. If somebody hurts themselves, if somebody breaks a leg, if somebody loses a tooth, if somebody loses their job, somebody gets a raise, if we make an extra $1 this week, this is what we're going to do. If we don't meet our goals by Friday, this is what we'll do. Break all of that shit down. And I just think that things will work out well. Because if it works like that in business, I can't imagine it not working in personal relationships. I didn't do that. I wish I did. That's why I'm twice divorced now. I wish I had set that stuff up in place, but I just thought it was supposed to work. You know, go to pray and be happy and have sex and it'll all work out. I didn't plan my marriage. I planned my wedding. I had a cold wedding. That was cold-blooded, boy. You should see the photos. But my marriage, I had no plan for that. So if you plan your vision, you can have fuck the vision. If you plan what you're gonna do, all the little details, I don't think you'll have to worry about anybody fucking up anything. And if they do, you plan for that already.
And that's the acceptance. That's a fact.
So Shan, man, that was strong talk. And I'm gonna just take it just a step further or a step prior, if I can say it that way, because prior to these young men having that detailed plan for their family, here's the challenge. Here's the real challenge, just to gotcha. You got to have a plan and a protocol for yourself. If you want to rule an empire, first you got to master yourself. And so how you going to have all these protocols and rules and if then statements? If this happens, then you do this. If y'all did that, then we're going to do this. You got all these if then statements. You got all these protocols. You got a contract. You use the word contract. You got a contract for the family, but you don't got a contract for yourself. Right? What's your protocols? What's your non-negotiables? How do you operate? How do you move? Like, do we have a intentional protocol? You know, Kobe talked about, you know, writing a contract with himself going into the off season. Yo, this is the contract. This is the workout. This is what I'm doing. And he had the contract, so he couldn't negotiate with himself when it get to, man, I don't feel like to go, you know, going to the gym. And you can start doing the mental conversation and coming up with all the good reasons why you
really did
deserve not to do it. Yeah. Why you deserve not to do it. Nah, you know what? I could because I was late, or you know what, the family or this. Nope. Contract said you was doing this. Contract said this was the plan going into the summer. That's what the contract said. And so we're not willing to give contracts to ourselves and have non-negotiables for ourselves and have protocols for ourselves. And we're not willing to master ourselves, but we want to rule everybody else. Right? Because we have this understanding that rules and regulations and restrictions restrict our freedom, when in fact rules, regulations, and boundaries and restrictions give us more freedom. People who have the most boundaries and restrictions in their health life have the most freedom in their health. People who have no restrictions, no boundaries, no rules, no protocol, no contract for their health, they lose breath walking up a flight of stairs. People who have rules, restrictions, boundaries, regulations on their finances have the most freedom in their finances. People who have no boundaries, no restrictions, no rules, on protocol or contract with their finances got terrible finances. So everything you said, Shan, was on point. You need a contract for the family. You need protocols for the family, right? Just like that bus driver. A bus driver would have protocols. They would go through training that, hey, if you get a flat, this is the protocol. This is what you do. This is how you do. You just how to put the cones out, put the flashes on. This is how you call for it. There's a system to it, right? So you want to have a system and protocol for the family, yes. Before you even get there, you got to have a system and protocol for yourself. You got to write a contract with yourself. and be willing to give yourself some rules, regulations, guidelines, and restrictions.
All right, before we move on, anybody else want to speak on it? All right, if you guys just tuned in, welcome to King Talk. Make sure you get the likes up. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Shout out to the sponsor, Teach Hanley. Link is in the description. 30% off along with a free gift. Got a few super chats.
Shelton, what's good? Rashawn went AWOL. All of that was felt, Chief. Sage Talk, what's good, Mr. Lee? He said, how many CEOs have Wells Fargo's Express, now known as Wells Fargo Bank, have had? Every CEO knows the mission and visions with plans to complete it.
Appreciate that. Shout out to Sage Talk. I know you had popped up early on Chaotic Stream. Shout out to Sage Talk. We'll leave. You guys haven't seen any of the streams, catch them on Sundays at 3 p.m. Central Time, 4 p.m. Eastern. That being said, let's go ahead and move on to our next topic of the night. Next topic is 75% of the work for the man is with his woman. Go ahead and play this clip.
75% of the work for the man is with his woman. You can always tell the level of a man's thinking by how he treats his woman, how she is taken care of, how well she is represented in the environment, how is her spirit, how she speaks of her man. When a man is able to put his woman in the correct position that she is supposed to be in by Allah's permission and by Allah's grace, then that man's mind is working. That man's mind is cohesive. That man's mind is powerful. That man's mind is strong. Because the number one thing that men seem to never get is the ability to lead a woman. So when a man is able to lead his woman with Allah first, then that man is a man. I'm 19 keys and this is high level conversation.
Hold on, that was not 19 Keys.
That was 19 Keys. That was a young version of 19 Keys.
Really?
Yeah, that was a young version of him. I
Wow.
I want to attack this first.
I was coming to you first.
It would only be right.
Yeah, so y'all already know we got the same beliefs, right? We got the same beliefs. And pretty much only thing he's saying, this is what I was speaking to earlier. When a man is leading, he creates the environment that you see his woman and his children in. And it's conducive to produce good seeds and produce a good functioning family, right? If you know, OG used to say this to me. He said, you can always tell when a woman is either single or in a good relationship or in a bad relationship. You're like, why? When you could tell when she in a effed up relationship, her glow got stolen, and she's out of pocket. She don't even got that same glow again, right? But when she's happy in her relationship, she got this little glow to her. Like that, they say women, when they be pregnant, they got a little glow to them. She got this little glow of happiness with them. Or when they single, they doing, they doing things on their own, so they got this little glow to them. And it's funny because a lot of times when they says if you can always tell when a man is really right. If I'm walking out and they see my children and my children is looking civilized and fresh to death, and I could just have some sweatpants on, some fresh kicks and a t-shirt looking like a bum to me, but my children is fly or my wife is fly, you know what I mean, and look well taken care of, the whole 9 yards, that my family is a reflection of me. My woman is a reflection of me, how she's kept. The Holy Quran says that man is the maintainers of women. So when you see your woman out of pocket, you're not maintaining that thing right. You at the end of the day. So I'm gonna spread it out. I don't want to be long with it on this one because I did the first time.
I just want to spread it out. Any pushback, I'm willing to hear.
No pushback. I agree. That's what I talk about when I say making a space for your woman. You will never get the maximum efficiency out of your woman if you don't provide her with a space. You won't. Right? And that's when you get her, and when you allow her that space, that's when her power comes to rise, how she can inspire you, talk to you, help you focus. But you got to provide a space for that. Right? And I know what you're talking about, Sir Rashawn. They don't even smile. You know what I'm saying? Won't even smile. Hey, Miss Lady, how you doing? Grr. You know what I'm saying? You gotta provide a space for your lady, bro. You got to. And if it hurts your pocket, so be it. If it hurts your ego, so be. I mean, you shouldn't have an ego when it comes to your girl anyway. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Right? So be it, bro. Because at the end of the day, I keep trying to tell y'all, you choosing. You choosing. As a man, you chose her, bro. She did not get down on one knee. If she did, y'all relationship fucked up. I'm telling you right now. Right? There's certain dynamics that's supposed to be upheld. There's rules in the universe that can't be broken. Right? And that's one of them, bro. You will build spite and anger in your woman. And you wonder why you fighting. That's why you fighting, dog.
And that doesn't take away from your purpose in life, right? Let's not confuse that. Like, you on your mission, but you also got responsibility. You want your woman to help you on your mission. You got to take care of her. You want your woman to help you on your mission, take care of her. And if you take care of her, she can be a better helper for your mission. Just want to throw that in there.
I agree with the video also. I always say women are children, and is a neurological thing where you're supposed to touch your child, just hug them, whatever, kiss them 8 times per day. So the same thing goes with your woman. Like, women need to be touched, need that attention. You have to be there for them, be available to them. And if you're not doing that, if you don't have the capacity to work on your vision and your purpose and also attend to your woman, you're going to lose your woman before you lose your business. And that's kind of like how it's supposed to go. Like, if you're not ready for a relationship, you need to let her go so she can go be with somebody else. But you have to understand the importance of touching, being there for, being attentive to, being attuned with your woman. And if you are not, she is slowly going to die inside. Because just like children, they crave attention. They crave that physical touch. They crave to the randomness. You know how a child daddy, and they don't even want nothing. Your lady is the same way. And if you don't give them that randomness, that random love, that random attention, that random attentiveness, especially when they're going through something. And I'm not saying when they're going through something, oh, who said what? Oh, really? No, just hold them. Just be there for them. But women need that, unconscious attention, not the conscious attention, that unconscious attention, where you're always the body language attention. You're always touching their back. When you out with them, you just randomly touch them. You know, you pull them to the side, just whatever. You kiss them. If you don't or are not giving that random attentiveness to a woman, you are going to lose her.
So you want to talk about it, Mr. Lego?
I can tell Shan wanted to say something. Go ahead, cook, Shan.
No, I just wanted to see if Mr. Lego want to go ahead and discuss that.
Discuss what?
Your breakup. What happened, man?
He wasn't touching her back, bruh.
It wasn't a random touches, humble.
I know. He didn't get the 8 in. He gave us 7.
He gave us 7.5, right?
Oh man, that's hilarious. He wasn't touching her back.
It's cold blooded, man.
You know, Thanksgiving.
Man.
Hey, let go be your own friends, man.
And can I say this, yo? Like sometimes, you know, I don't know. Sometimes we could be extremists sometimes, bro. I think this is the best way for me to explain it. If you got a trying to grow a garden and growing some food, don't you cultivate the land? Don't you make sure you got good soil, right? And if you don't got good soil in your backyard, to get good soil, you can actually buy earthworms and put it in your backyard, and that it will enrich your soil in the backyard. All of the chemicals that's back there, the worms that eat it, and then as it defecate, it enriches the soil. It might be a year process that happens in that. But then now you got good soil where you could plant the seeds for your cucumbers, your watermelons, etc., etc. When you looking to eat good, you want something in return good. So if you trying to produce children, don't you want to cultivate the mind of your woman? Don't you want to help elevate your woman so you can plant a good seed in the woman that you chose to marry? Like, I'm just trying to figure that out. Like, we act like we can't do the work to cultivate our woman. Oh, you about to meet this perfect woman. What? You bugging out here.
Facts.
Like, I really don't understand. You don't really want to, man, you bugging out here. Yes, I'm not saying that you need to deal with some,
what are you talking about?
Wild and stuff, but like, bro, cultivate the mind of your woman so you can plant a good seed there, so you can produce a good child.
How do you cultivate a woman? Can you break that down?
Well, see where her mindset is at. Try to get on the same.
You gotta touch her 8 times a day.
You got it.
You got come on, Rashawn. I gave some direct instructions. Don't go around it. Direct instructions. Go.
Listen. When you say touch it 8 times now, but
her back 8 times.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
you gotta touch it back, bro. Like, come on, instructions.
Listen, I would say this, humble dad. One day I'm gonna send it to JR, and I'm sure it's a lot of gems he could get.
Bro, what are the instructions? How do you cultivate a woman?
Wait, man, I'm about to get to this. It's called How to Give Birth to a God by the minister. And he talks about cultivating the mindset of our women. And then so we can produce a child, not a hit and miss thing. Every time we go into our woman to plant a seed, that we can produce a child with a predetermination to do something way before you went to conceive there. It's planning 6 months to a year to what you want.
What is the instructions?
What you want your child to be like. You know what I'm saying? So again, we're gonna get into I could be in here for 30 minutes talking about that. It ain't just 1 or 2 things.
I just want you to tell me 1 or 2 in like a minute and 30 seconds.
Right, like goals, Rashawn.
Yeah, man, it's like listen, man. One of them.
You don't know how to cultivate a woman. Go ahead and say it.
Yeah, Mr. Let Go. You chill.
Hey, Rashad.
Listen.
Hey, Rashad. Everybody wants stuff out of microwave when sometimes stuff got to go in the crock pot.
James, stop trying to save him, bro. I asked him a direct
question. How do you cultivate a woman?
The hot pocket.
It's a real question, though.
Respectfully.
Go ahead, Rashawn.
That's another topic for another time.
Oh my God.
Another
Y'all
topic.
see that, right?
Listen, only thing I'm gonna say is this.
The philosopher does not know how to cultivate a woman.
Listen, my daughter's been playing, and they act exactly the
how
way.
To cultivate
Mr.
a
Let
woman.
Go, stop cutting me off. Listen,
answer the man's question.
I answered the way I wanted to answer. I'm not letting Aaron come up here and talk about but listen, I answered the way
Aaron.
Yeah.
It's AA Rod. Stop playing.
AA Rod.
Hey man, as far as the question, I think what did it say? 75% of the work for the man is with his woman. I agree. And the reason I agree is because what has the biggest influence on most men?
Women.
So it would behoove you to get her on point and get her guided in the right direction that you need her in, so you can get the reciprocity that you deserve from a peace perspective, from an inspiration perspective, from just that sense of grounding, that sense of calm, that sense of femininity, all of these things that men need to go out in the world and dominate. The fact is that when you don't have that, you be a bit off balance, right? I'm speaking from experience here. I say it all the time. Like my wife is my parole officer. People look at me crazy when I say that, but what I mean is that if she wasn't here, I'd be very reckless. I'd be very arrogant. I'd be very impulsive. But with her being here and me having a family, right, you're going to think before you act, because I got shit to lose now, right? I got a beautiful child. I got a house. I got a family. I got legacy. I'm trying to build these things, right? So the fact is that her presence is very, very, very important in my life, right? So if I'm not cultivating, like my boy Rashawn was saying, then that means that her mindset is going to be chaotic. It's going to be dysfunctional. It's going to be misguided, right? And she's in my home every day, and she's the biggest influence on me, which means that that's going to rub off on me. So it will behoove me to get her guided, like I said, guided in the direction that she needs to be, put her at ease, put her at peace of mind, have her be able to walk around with that lightness that we spoke of earlier. We always talking about, you could tell the difference between a woman who with a terrible nigga or with no nigga at all, or a woman that's in a happy relationship. Difference is that woman in that happy relationship, she just move light. It's like, hey, I'm here, I'm there, I can do what I want because my man is gonna hold it down. I'm good. I'm well taken care of. My man is providing a hell of an infrastructure. I don't want for anything. I don't need for anything. You know what I'm saying? He takes care of me. You know what I'm saying? And that ain't necessarily got to be from a financial perspective. He's super rich or some shit like that. But it's just that he's very connected with me in all aspects of life. So that's very important. Fact is, a lot of men don't prioritize that high enough and end up losing the woman that's Mr. Lego was talking about earlier. And now you in a bit of dysfunction. Now you in court fighting not to give up half your shit. Now you in court, family court, fighting to get rights to your kids and things of that nature because you didn't cherish and cultivate the relationship the way you should have, right? So in summary, it's extremely important. I'm not sure 75, man. I'm not sure how they quantify that, but it is a very high number. It should be placed very high on the priority list as far as you cultivating your woman and making sure that she's good. So in return, you can be good. That's it.
So Ricky, so real quick. So basically what Trill just said was explaining what cultivation was, which was providing a structure for her to be able to operate in, as well as what Mr. Let Go said, which was make sure you are connecting to her emotionally. And so that's what I was looking for you to answer, Rashawn, because individuals need to know.
And he couldn't do it.
But dudes really need to know that your woman is that important to you. She should be that much important to you because she is, as Kendra would like to say, she's like the gatekeeper, so to speak. So you want to take care of that individual that's taking care of you, right? She's making sure if she got your 6, right? She needs to have that means that she's making sure that you're good. So if she's making sure you're good, you should be making sure she's good. And that's operating in a position of where she ain't got to worry about nothing other than what is her particular role in your relationship. That's all I wanted to add.
I'm a dad,
Ricky.
I'm a dad. Just quickly, plenty of times I think that we had a conversation when I mentioned, and the only reason why I said more another topic for another time, because I would like to really dive deep into that, just to say connecting with her emotionally. It's not just emotionally. Remember last time when I was saying that the 5 things that men need to provide for a woman is first spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, and then and protecting or providing financially. Those that's vague in saying, just me just giving just that. I actually really on another time would like to actually dive in and show people what it really looks like, into detail. So that's the reason why
on somebody else's show.
Listen.
You want to go on somebody else's show on another time and just start talking about something else that we probably wouldn't be talking about another time. But we're talking about now.
All right, Eric.
We're talking about that right now, but you're gonna go on somebody else's show.
So
hey, today I want to talk about what we were talking about.
Listen,
Tuesday.
I don't cut you off. Again, so that's the reason why I copped out to that, humble dad, because I didn't mention that plenty of times on the show. You know what I mean? But we need more time to actually go into that. My humble opinion. Goddamn Aaron.
Go ahead, Ricky. You know what I'm saying? But love it. No, look, man, this to the chat, bro. Some of y'all niggas need to chill out, bro. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, bro. Like, y'all need something. Y'all need somebody or someone to give a fuck about, because a lot of y'all don't have focus on shit. Right? Stop talking like y'all the above average dude. A lot of y'all need a woman to sit y'all ass in line so y'all can have something to focus on, bro. A lot of you niggas out in these streets, y'all saying these chats all the time. Y'all out here moving foul as fuck. You want to sit up here and talk about how y'all, that's why you can't get a good girl in the first fucking place. But y'all want to sit up here and keep talking about, oh, it ain't no, all these bitches ain't shit, that's because you ain't shit, nigga. The same way I cry for y'all is the same way I cry for them. Ain't none of y'all shit out here, bruh.
Bruh.
Sad ass shit, man.
Nah, I mean, what bro saying 1,000% true, man. You be in these spaces long enough, man. Niggas come on these platforms, be in these chats, make it seem like, man, they would be better off with women just not on Earth at all. I'm good. I don't need no woman at all. These,
a woman not on Earth, bro.
I'm good, just not on Earth at all.
Yo, Trill, those be the same ones in the back crying to us, talking about they need help. Those would be the ones in our DMs talking about how do I find a woman? How come I can't find a woman? My DMs are full of them, bro. It's the same ones, the same exact ones.
Hard. Hey, yo, you know what? I used to have a lot of smoke for women when they be like, just say you don't like, you know, they was saying men, just say you don't like women. Y'all, I swear y'all don't like women, because I would think that when they saying that, they coming from they trying to, you know, attack the masculinity from like a homosexual standpoint. And I think still sometimes that's the case, but I'm starting to reevaluate and rethink. I think they're really saying not even just like trying to call you, you know, part of the alphabet community or anything. They're trying to say like, no, you don't like women. Like you just like their vagina, but you don't actually like women. Like I like my wife, right? I was about to get caught up there. I like my woman.
Don't get in trouble, Jay. Don't get in trouble.
Whoa. She's watching the replay. I love you, babe. You the only one. I love my woman. I don't love women, right? But I think some of these dudes like really don't like women. And here's another thing. While we're on top of like 75% of the work for the man is with his woman. I would kind of rephrase this: 75% of the work for the man is from his woman. I think there is something from an intimate relationship from your woman inside of marriage that cultivates something in you and being the ultimate man that you can be. We talking a lot, you know, I see a lot of people about, stay on your purpose. Well, I think we often misconstrue what purpose is. Purpose is not what you do. Purpose is who you're supposed to be. And we mix that up all the time. Man, I got to be on my purpose. I got to be on my purpose, thinking I got to find out what I'm supposed to do. Your purpose is not what you're supposed to do. The purpose is what kind of man are you supposed to be. And I do think it's very challenging. I'm not going to say impossible, but it's challenging to become the type of man that you're supposed to be without that intimate relationship of marriage with a woman. Because the role in a relationship of marriage is to be a spotlight. So you know, picture this. You go to a club. I was sharing this you know, illustration with my man Rod, right? Like you could be at a club. It could be a hole in the wall joint. It could be the nicest. It could be Club Live, right? And you know, outside, everybody's looking fresh. The line, you know, you got the ladies, especially the bad ones, they get to jump in front of the line. You get in, club is plush. It's nice. The VIP section is on point. You know, the lights, everybody looking good. You having a good time. And they do that, you know, last call or whatever. And you stay and you shut the club down. Now, everything was looking nice until they shut the club down and them lights come on. and you look around and it look nasty. It's the floor is disgusting. Your white sneaks is messed up now. It's drink spilled on the floor. The ladies' makeups is running. Everybody sweaty, look funky. When the lights was down low, you couldn't realize the mess that was going on. It looked great. When the lights came on, you saw the mess that you was really in. That's what marriage is. That's what that intimate relationship with your partner in life, your wife, is like. It's gonna shine a light on all the mess that you got going on with you, right? It's gonna shine because marriage is the most intimate relationship you're gonna have here, and you're gonna get to know somebody more than you've ever known them before. And that person I'm talking about is not your wife, it's you, right? You know, we talk about love being patient, or love being kind, all the descriptions of love, right? Like you don't. When do you need patience? You need patience when you're impatient, right? And you're going to get that tested inside an intimate relationship like marriage, you know, unlike anything else other than parenting. Kids will get tested patience too, right? But like wherever in any other relationship in life, I can hide. I can come on here and hide. I can, you know, drop some bars, some gems, whatever the case is, and I can go on stage and do a talk or a speech, and everybody on social media see my highlight reels, think I'm the man. My wife, she get to see the man behind closed doors, right? Like that's going to shine a light. And if I can only get along with somebody when they only do exactly what I want them to do, exactly when I want them to do it, exactly how I want to do it, that says more about me than it does about them. And so how I'm going to have that relationship of marriage with my wife shine something on me is going to pull something out of me to become a different type of man. And that different type of man is actually my purpose, who I'm supposed to be as a man. So I think 75% of the work for the man is from his woman, from his wife, that relationship that gets created, that carves on you and molds you and crafts you unlike anything else that I can think of.
Hey, and I just want to tap in just for the point of raised by a single mother, and not having a father in the household. I didn't really understand what purpose was. You understand what I'm saying? I wasn't taught that. So I didn't understand or find my purpose until I found my wife. So I found understanding of what I was supposed to be doing with my life, because as Trill said earlier, without her, I'm running around ultra reckless. Like I thought that being a man was dropping my seat as many drawers as possible. But the truth of the matter was I was doing it by lowering my own value, hurting women in the path, and just causing a bunch of turmoil behind me. So I learned that my purpose and everything that came from what I am now becoming now is because I settled down and learned that my wife is going to take me further than I could go by myself. You know what I'm saying? So my wife showed me what my purpose was. My kids showed me what my purpose was, because truthfully, before they got here, I was just existing. I was just a regular dude walking around with no purpose, doing nothing with my life. So my kids and my wife showed me my purpose, man.
All right, if you guys are just tuning in, welcome to King Talk. Make sure you get the likes up. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We got one super chat came through. It was just a $5 Juicy Workshaw. The $5. Crazy name, but appreciate that, sir. Now it's time to get to the meats, and we know the ladies like the meats. Let's go ahead and dive into it. You guys seen the topic, the power of a woman. The power of a woman. You guys seen Andrew Tate on there. Somebody was like, Andrew Tate. And why is Andrew Tate on there as the cover? Yeah, she said it. Yeah, she said it. Did you guys see that clip? Well, maybe some folks didn't see it, so I'm gonna go ahead and play it right now.
Are the most powerful force on the planet. You can ask billionaires whether they're having a good day or a bad day, and a lot of that will come down to not just the business, but a lot will come down to their relationship with their woman at the time, whether they've argued with their wife or not. They have massive impact on a man's life. And making sure you're around quality women who genuinely support you, genuinely love you, and genuinely care for you is extremely important. I think I've spoken about this before. I said it's a man's job to financially and physically protect a woman, but it's a woman's job to spiritually protect her man. And no matter how difficult life gets, if you have a woman who's by your side and you know truly loves you and truly wants the best for you, it gives you a source of power, which you can't get from anywhere else in the universe. Women are the most powerful force on the
Right, there you go. The power of a woman. Let's go ahead and speak on it.
Bro, the
Don't
first
get it, bro. I keep trying to tell y'all they don't get it.
I say it all the time. Your woman could be your heaven
or your hell, bro.
Or she could be your hell. And I don't know how many times that's the good scriptures right there. At the end of the day, I don't know how to say it. I guess everybody just thinking that they I'm good, bro. You're not good. And what is that syndrome that they call? Like, I don't know. Y'all can help me. When someone thinking that they are okay, but they really not okay, but they don't realize that they're okay. I don't know. Whatever that syndrome
delusional.
Yeah, delusional is mistaken, right? But whatever that syndrome is, the scientific psychiatry.
Disassociation.
Nah, it's a term. Whatever, it's a term that they use. Whatever that these psychologists or psychiatrists call y'all, that's what y'all niggas.
Seeing all the scholars come out tonight,
right? You feel me? Like that's what y'all are. Y'all be running around acting like
disingenuous.
Yeah, yeah, you in denial too. That right? Denial means like you just don't know. Some people be thinking like they traumatized by something and they don't even realize that they traumatized. They just like, this is just who I am. Like, I feel this way. These is my thoughts. Like, how can you tell me how I feel, bro? Something's wrong with you. Clearly.
Hey, real quick, man. I just want to say I need the chat to speed up like with a little more fervor because y'all hero just said what y'all goddamn was crucifying.
A white man said,
I need a little more excitement. I need a little more enthusiasm. Y'all's red pill hero just echoed it. Stand on it. That's y'all leader. Follow him. Give me some more. The chat moving slow as shit. I ain't seen none of the. Yeah, no, that's crazy. Hell no. Women ain't shit out. Hell no. I don't see none of that.
The red pill daddy trail.
God damn.
Wait,
forgot how to type.
Don't put that on red pill.
No,
that ain't the red pill community,
bro. Let me
wait. Why you can't put that on red pill? Ain't those the little cornballs that be saying all this dumb shit?
No, I'm because I've taken the red pill and that's not what red pill philosophy.
Oh, he got to defend.
Come on, Shan.
Let's go, Shan. What you got on it, bro?
I better come on.
Don't be a cornball, Shan.
Am I? If I'm not, then I'm not. The point is, I'm just saying when people, it's funny, like you got people, you got MGTOW. You got MGTOW, men going their own way who just fuck women who wish women didn't exist.
Talk about these weirdo people. Come on, man. We don't want to mess up the algorithm.
I'm just saying.
Talk about these cornballs.
He said mess up the algorithm.
You can't say these like stupid idiot phrases, bro.
Red pill philosophy is about truth. It has nothing to be making people make it seem like red pill people hate women.
Bro, let's just move on. We don't care about this stupid truth mess. Like, it's stupid. Come on, man.
Shannon,
built off a damn stupid ass movie. Come on, man. Let's move on. We just saying the king of the cornballs just said the opposite of what the cornballs be thinking. That's all Trill was saying. That's all we're saying. The king of the cornballs just told all the cornballs to actually love women and care about women,
but that's my point.
Like, wait, we supposed to hate women? What? Wait, what happened?
No, that's what I'm saying. Well, who says that we supposed to hate women? No, like that's my point. My point is, and then what we do is listen. Here's what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. When it comes to manosphere talking points, when it comes to red pill awareness. The first thing that people like to do, and I'm not saying y'all, I'm just saying that people is all red pill people out there
saying these weirdo words, bro. It's embarrassing.
Okay, it's not. So just chill and learn something because I'm here to educate you. The people are not out there saying we hate women. It's exactly the opposite. It's not that we hate. In fact, you guys already know how I feel.
The opposite.
You already know how I feel about this particular saying. You know what I'm saying, on how a wife will either make or break his woman. We know the importance of women. It's just about the way shit is going these days. Now, that under that umbrella, there are men out there. There's men out there. You got all you know, and whether you like it or not, there's terms for these motherfuckers. There's incels, you got MGTOW, you got people that you got people, men that want to go their own way. You got men that are save yourself. You got all these different
Shannon,
actions.
what is your opinion? Like, fuck these people.
What? No, I only interjected to let people know that don't say it's red pill, because it ain't red pill that's out here saying fuck women. Red pill people that understand red pill philosophy is not saying fuck women. In fact, we're saying just the opposite. We love women. We understand women.
No, Shannon. I'm not gonna let you dance like that.
All right.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Fuck women. A lot of people in that red pill community, pardon me, they minimize women and the importance of a woman in a man's life, in a man's progression, and what a man accomplishes. That's what they do. And if you stand on here and tell me with a straight face that that's not the case, you are fucking lying.
These dudes are cornballs, Shannon.
Shannon, do you disagree that they're saying that
I just want to ask a question. I want to ask a question, right? I understand a man being on his purpose, but at the end of the day, who are you really doing it for?
Exactly. Their ego.
Hold on, Dr. Mitchell. Y'all want to be rich and well-to-do just because it's the thing to do, right? Because you like money, power, and all that shit, right? Or maybe you do it just so you can choose from the woman you want to choose, right? Maybe, just maybe, if you ever find that unicorn, the one y'all that everybody say don't exist, right? The one that you would say, hey, this is the one. Yeah, she fall under my plan. I got everything in line, so you can scoop her up, right? So you can have her all to your own, right? So no other man can cover her but you, right? Because all your shit and your ducks in a row, correct? Or is it just for y'all and for the other dudes in the shine and the watches for other dudes to see? Is this what it is, fellas? Because you could have a great steak, right? You could have a great, some great chicken, but that gravy just make it better, bro. That's all your woman do. She accentuates you. She makes your life easier if she's on point.
That's right.
You will never be as great as you could be unless you had the woman that was there to support you the right way. You great, yes, you the man, but you can be a bigger man. Shannon said it herself. Let me point to him, right? She can set my appointment. She can take the shit off my plate that I don't want to handle. She can make it happen.
Making life easier.
Y'all need to get the fuck out of here, nigga. If y'all like me and say you like dudes and go to the other rooms, bro. You do it for a woman. I don't give a fuck what you say. Every animal on this planet is trying to fuck something. Every single one, from roaches, rats, spiders, fish.
Praying mantis.
Stop, bro. We understand that y'all want to have a woman in certain lines and fall into a certain structure of y'all, and that's cool. But the way y'all keep talking like, oh, you a fucking lie, bro.
Hey, Ricky, they Jesus now. They said Jesus was great without a wife. They Jesus, man.
This shit, man. This shit is fuck, bro.
Hey,
they Jesus and praying mantises.
Hey, listen, he hit it right on the nose, man. Like, y'all got to stop this shenanigans. Like, y'all really just got to stop the shenanigans. Act like, and if you are just doing everything for yourself, then you's a goddamn narcissist. Too much vanity going on. Like, bro, you come on, stop doing that. You got fly for a shorty. You bought that new car because you know how they're gonna react when you pull up. Come on, stop the shenanigans here, man.
You know what's so crazy? Like all that's going on in the chat. If you see some of these same men interact with women, they don't even know how to do it. They don't even know how to conversations
with women. They
My
live in
point
their mom's
exactly.
basement.
They in their DMs throwing weirdo pictures in their DMs. You see what I'm saying? Like the people that are having a hard time with women been having that same hard time since childhood. They couldn't get over the fears of not being able to talk to them, and they all walked to manhood. Now they're scared to death, and now they want to stay to themselves. Talk about women's the problem. Nah, young fella, get out of your shell, go outside, and get comfortable in your own skin, and go talk to a woman, man.
I told y'all last time when
These dudes ain't never walked up to a girl, pulled out a pen, put the paper on the wall, and the fucking ink ran out at the 6th number, and you sitting there trying
Hey, you gotta shake the pen. You gotta shake the pen, Lego.
You gotta shake the fucking pen, and you like now you awkward. Like, hold on. So what was that? Ask? The fucking pen stops working, and you don't have the fucking last 2 numbers of the girl's phone number.
And
You ain't never been through this shit, you cornballs. All y'all do is talk to women online and in your little gaming fucking systems and shit. You damn cornballs.
And let me say something, right? Y'all ain't even know Shannon Rawls, nigga. All you have average ass niggas, bro. That's why y'all hide behind avatars. It's 40 different, it's 40 or 50 different panels that you can get up there and click and put your face on and voice your opinion. Let's see what you look like. Let's see what you rocking with, doggy. Right? Y'all move this way because y'all have to be this way, bro. I guarantee you, if Shannon found the one, he'd be married in 60 days. If he found the one and she fell into everything, he gonna scoop her up. It's a wrap. Y'all ain't even know Shannon Rawls.
Ricky called them quarters. He said they're not even average. He said they half of average.
If it don't sound like King talk, leave, bruh. We are not here trying to influence people who got their mind made up that you red pill or whatever. Y'all got plenty of spaces for that shit. Get the fuck out, bro. We hear about making relationships work between black men and black women.
Go ahead, Ricky.
That's what we here for. If y'all here on that other gutter shit, get the fuck out, bro.
You fucking weirdos.
The fuck, bro. We need women the same way they need us.
That's right.
All day.
Fucking and get it together. The shit we seen at the beginning of the show on that video go continue to happen. And you goofies keep, oh man, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'll make a baby mother, but I won't date one. I just send a check and that's enough.
Making it hard for those who sit there like Mr. Letgo, who blame women all the time and say it's not the men's fault, but y'all making Mr. Letgo look wrong out here.
I mean, he has some type of a point. You know,
Hold on,
he has some type of a
relax, man.
But I'm talking.
Come on, Steve, we're not even gonna go in there. We all on the same team right now.
Yeah. I'm not going like that. I'm just saying, just to the response of.
I'm talking about Aaron.
Okay. A-Rod. Okay.
Yeah, A-Rod.
What? I'm just saying, like you throwing strays at me. What?
Well, y'all been doing it all night, so it's even Steven. So, like the power of a woman. I mean, I don't understand why it's even a conversation, really, because everybody knows that men do things for women. The reason why we work out, the reason why we stack our bread, the reason why we try to go get coaches to tell us what to say to women,
haircuts.
You know how some of them do that, right? The reason why you go watch all of these panels, you're trying to figure out what can you do to get a woman, right? So why? Because you understand that there's a power of a woman. Also, studies show that you do better married than you do single. Like you cannot achieve, and I'm gonna go with my own. This is my thought process. The purpose of a man is to provide and to protect. Right? We say that all the time. And if you single, who you providing for and who you protecting? You're not even walking in your purpose. We talk about women supposed to be feminine, supposed to be wives, supposed to be taking care of their kids. We say that all the time, right? But what about the men, right? The men need to be making sure that they're trying to get married. I was talking on the show last night. The conversation was about celebrating single motherhood, but it came back, and Killer Mike was talking about in his community. He's African Nigerian, I believe, and he was saying they stress men to be married by the time they're 30. He said it looks bad if you are a man that's 30 and that you're single, because why? You're from their purpose, and your purpose is to be a husband, a father, and to be able to build your legacy so that your lineage can live on, and also, as it says in the scripture, so that you can multiply the earth and the land. And so if you're not doing that and you just wanted to say, okay, well, it's the woman that's a problem, but then you go out here and you're sleeping with these women, but then you're saying that they're the problem, then that's a problem within itself. When in actuality, what we said, I think James said earlier, you need to be trying to get a contract with yourself. And what is your boundaries for yourself, so that that woman can come in and she's like, okay, these are your boundaries. I see I can operate within these boundaries. And then you say, okay, well, you know what? I want you to be my wife. Right. And there's no woman that's going to be perfect, gentlemen. There's no woman that's going to be perfect. It's a matter of, as Trill said before, are y'all relatable? Are y'all compatible? Do y'all rock the same way? Are y'all equally yoked? And then you move forward and you work and grow together. And the power of a woman totally changes things for you as a man. And my late wife, she was an incredible woman, right? I mean, she gave me peace. Kendra gives me peace, motivates me each and every day when I'm struggling. She's telling me, you're a great father. I mean, I lost my wife and I had to take care of 4 kids. And I'm like, man, there's no way that I can do this. However, she's here motivating me, telling me I can do it. If she wasn't here, then I wouldn't have nobody to help me realize that. And so at the end of the day, that's just an example from me, the power of a woman. And I challenge y'all to do the same, to value women differently than what y'all be hearing and seeing on some of these panels.
And that's my only thing right there, Humble Dad, is the point that I'm trying to get across, man. I don't have any grievances against people's beliefs and things of that nature. Whatever side of the fence that they fall on in terms of the ideology that they subscribe to, I couldn't give 2 fucks about, but I'm gonna call cap out when I hear it. Right. And the fact is that, like I said, a lot of men in this space minimize the contribution and the importance of a woman to his success. Again, I spoke about earlier, right? Like my wife, I joke about her being my parole officer all the time. I talk about how I would be out here, right? Now that doesn't mean that I'm not gonna get to the bag. I'm gonna always get to the money. I'm a hustler, man. So I'm from Port Arthur, Texas. If we don't do nothing else, we gonna get to the bag. But when you got a dope ass woman in your corner, she's gonna refine you a bit. She gonna give you that inspiration. She gonna tell you, look, baby, you might want to look at it like this, instead of like that. Because again, as men, a lot of times we bullheaded and we tunnel vision. But women, they pay great attention to detail, way more attention to detail than we do. That is a fact in every aspect of life, right? So again, having a woman like that in your corner, she gonna be watching for angles and shit that you may not even be paying attention to. You bringing her to the corporate party, you over there trying to impress this nigga. She like, nah, baby, that's the wrong nigga. You need to go work on her right there, because she's the secretary. He close to her. He speak like that type of stuff, like the game, the angles, all that different stuff. When you got to a dope woman, she gonna be there giving you all of that different game and you know, presenting shit in ways that you may have not considered. That's important, right? That's not saying that you're not going to be successful, that you're not going to get to the finances, but you can have a great woman. Your original path might have been 5 years. She can cut the shit to 2. And that shouldn't be minimized. That is not just a cog in my structure or just a piece of, you know, just a damn car part on this small ass nut on this damn car. That is of importance, and it's okay to admit that. It seemed like it's very hard for men to say, hey, the woman in my life played a big ass role in me being successful and getting where I am today. But those same men, right, or say for instance they win a Grammy or win a Super Bowl, who the first person they think when they get
think
in
their
front of
mom.
mic, bro? Shout out to mama, man. I know mama watching, man. I appreciate my, I love you, mama. Da, 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 da. So if you can praise your mama like that, then that means that a woman is capable of having a significant impact on your success. Speak to that. That's all I'm saying. And a lot of times in these spaces, it's not spoken to, and that's cap. When you have the right woman in your life, she is not just a cog in the machine. It's not true. She plays a big ass role in it. Acknowledge that. That's all I'm saying.
And Trill, even beyond the direct, you know, instruction that she may can give you and the insight and things of that nature, which is all on point, right? And that adding to you as a man, her presence, you know, once you really, like when you have the right woman and you've done your part of cultivating her because you make her fit to you, right? Like they're supposed to be our helpmeet. They're supposed to be our help. They were designed to help us. Doesn't it indicate that we're not really built to go at it alone? It's some right. So if I have something that was created to be my help, that would indicate that I need some help, right? So I need some help. This is for the people who comprehension wasn't really picking up something earlier. We were never saying that a woman makes you a man. Michael Jordan was Michael Jordan when he hit the league, but he wasn't a fullness of what his capabilities was till Phil Jackson came along. Right? Was MJ dropping buckets? Was MJ flying through the air? Was he Air Jordan? Absolutely. Well, did he reach the maximum of what he was capable of without the presence of somebody else that pulled something out of him? Right? So it's not saying that a woman comes along and makes you a man, right? What we're saying is, yeah, you're a man, but your purpose, again, is not about what you're supposed to do. It's about who you're supposed to become. And her presence, right? Particularly when you have cultivated her to be the type of help that you need, right? Man, my wife just being around some, like, when I got a wife and then when I start having children, I just start moving different because I had a different level of responsibility, right? There was just something that was as an externality present that just pulls something out of you. So we're saying like a woman, helps elevate you coming into the fullness of your manhood. That's all we're not saying they make you a man. We're saying they can help, and they're a critical part of you reaching the fullness of your purpose. And I'm gonna end on this. Humble Dad, you talking about a lot of these men that they're doing these different things, and they say that they don't like women, but they're doing it because they want to get with a woman. I don't know, fellas. I think we need to rethink what we're saying here, because I'm starting to be more and more convinced that they're not doing it for women. They're doing it for pussy. They don't like women. They just want pussy. They just want pussy. They don't actually want a woman. They don't like women. A lot of them. And with access to pornography, access to pornographic images on your IG, your Twitter, forget even getting the OnlyFans and the actual porn sites, like that immediate access to having sexual release and outlet that is totally unprecedented. I think that's a real thing that is having a crazy effect. Like, I mean, we might have to like find our dads. We might have to find our dad's magazines or VHS tapes or something like that. But now, like, it's in a device in one palm of the hand is the phone, one other palm of the hand, right? And you got access to that, and so it's making, like, I don't know if we really fully understanding the effects of this access to porn and how it's having and shaping men. And I just want sexual release from women, and I have it. Dr. Jordan Peterson was talking about, a 15-year-old boy today has more access to seeing the hottest naked women in sexual acts than the wealthiest king, from 1,000 years ago. That's crazy. And what's that doing to us, our balance of appreciating what this topic right here, the power of a woman, not the pleasure of pussy. So I think a lot of this is driven by men don't really like women. They don't want women. They want pussy. And they don't understand the pure value of women. And we're just trying to help you all understand that the value in a woman, not just a pussy, it's going to bring something out of you to help you be.
Let me say this. There were 6 women that made me into Mr. Let Go specifically, and they all know. A girl I started dating. She was in college and I was working. And she literally, I used to help her with her term paper and shit. And she literally was like, you know, how would I say this? How would I? And I literally just eloquently just put it out. I would just say it and she would write it down like, you should write a book, right? That's the first woman. I was like, I should write a book. Second woman is my ex-wife. She called me one day and was like, Aaron, I want to write this. I want to write a book about my life. But can you write our marriage? Because she's remarried. I don't want to go down memory lane. So I was like, okay, sat on the floor, wrote 10 pages straight out our whole life, just like that. I'm like, damn, I'm capable of writing a freaking book. Guess what I do out of that? Wrote my goddamn book. Next woman, I'm dating her. Well, I'm trying to date her. She keeps sending me poetry and shit. Like, yo, I'm trying to smash. Why you keep sending me all this bullshit, right? Next thing you know, she keeps sending. So I'm like, all right, I'll send her poetry back. So we sending poetry back and forth. We actually get a friendship without, she never gave me no ass. And then she introduced me to Instagram. And I'm like, so this is what you be doing with all this poetry? She was like, yeah, I put it on Instagram. What the hell is this Instagram shit? I literally thought it was like taking pictures of Coke cans and shit. She was like, no, you can do it. And you put together a book. You can market it on Instagram. Next woman, my daughter, because I started wanting to get in life coaching and shit. My daughter literally took me. I went with her to a life coaching class because she actually wanted to be a life coach too. And this dude like inspired me to actually become a life coach. I didn't know what it was at first. And then it's two other women that literally inspired me to become who I actually am. The last woman in particular, I started doing videos with her because I wasn't comfortable doing videos yet. So we would do videos together. And next thing you know, it brought my confidence out to start doing videos on my own. All 6 of those women, I skipped one because of time. All 6 of those women literally changed my entire life. So the power of women is huge in my life because I don't know about these cornballs in the chat, but and that's just 6 women. There's plenty more women that has been like literally just life-changing to me.
Shane, you've been listening, man. You been agreeing or you been disagreeing?
It's difficult for me to hear men being bashed by men particularly. It just burns me up when I hear men use sign language on men. Maybe it's because I'm a male. I'm an advocate for men. We get enough of that from a lot of these women. I don't think like in this manosphere space, which I'm happy to be a part of. The red pill in which I've happily taken. I don't think men minimize the importance of women. This is to my man Trill, because Trill wasn't bashing men. But he said this part that we minimize the importance of women. You see, the I don't need a man is a woman's trope. Men have never gone out saying, I don't need no woman. We don't say that. We've never said that. That's what women have been saying for the last 3 decades. The issue that we're having here in the manosphere and people like me is that men don't maximize the importance of themselves. We've been browbeat and told to and effeminized and softened up and told to shut up and can't have a voice and can't have an opinion for so damn long that the moment that we have one, suddenly it's toxic masculinity. We don't minimize the importance of women. We don't maximize the importance of ourselves. And now that we're finally doing it, it sounds like we're minimizing women. And we're not. We understand men, real men who love women like me, understand the importance of women, but I also understand the importance of me. I understand the importance of all you brothers on this board. I understand what you guys contribute to your communities and your society, to this planet. And the fact that you say that you know how important you are, it sounds like you're tearing women down. And that's not true. Listen, fit, feminine, friendly, faithful, and fun, right? You know the 5 F's I always talk about. That's what women got to be. Men, muscles, masculine, manners, monogamy, or monogamous, and have money. That's what men got to be. But men also have some things to do. Humble Dad touched on it, the 4 P's: protect, provide, problem solve, and procreate. In addition to what we need to be, what women need to be, and what men want women to be, and what women want men to be, men have a job to do. And give us our props and due and righteous due for doing what we've been doing for thousands of years. It doesn't diss women. It doesn't minimize them, but goddamn, give men props for being men. Listen, I understand a wife may either make or break her husband. You guys, love is without question life's greatest experience. You guys heard me talk about this on the show before. We bring this up every 3 months. I mean, criminologists have said even the most hardened criminals have reformed themselves through the influence of women. When driven by a woman's desire to please when driven by the desire to please his women, men can go to great heights. Hunters today, we don't got to go out and fucking go hunting and gathering food and shit. But what do? We do it other ways. We please our women the other way. We buy cars and gifts and purses. We want big houses and baby, look what I did. And hey, for your sugar, you want to let her know the things that you've accomplished, just to let her know that you're doing. We have the same desires today that for our women that we've had 10,000 years ago. We just go about it differently. That's all. Men who accumulate a whole bunch of money do it through the rise to power and fame for men is oftentimes done through the influence of women. Been saying that from the beginning. Most men won't admit it though. They won't admit it. I get it, because men want to be looked at as the stronger of the species. They want to look, they don't want to. They want to make it seem like they're in charge of everything. But we all know that the reason why we're doing half the shit that we do, the reason why we drive the cars we drive, the reason why we get fresh to death, we get the fresh cut, we got the white J's, and we get dressed, is for women. We ain't doing it for each other. And half the time, a lot of us got women that really have no impact on what we're doing. We just want her. I mean, I think it was Tracy. We just want women around. But the fact that she's around, her energy, I've said it on this show many times, it's intangible. You can't touch it. You can't taste it. You can't smell it. You can't feel it. It's an energy of having a good woman around that'll make you, where by yourself, you'll make $1 million, but with a good, solid woman on your team, you'll make 3. And she contributed nothing to the progression of you making that $3 million other than her energy. I've been saying that. But before we move on, and don't let me take this off of women, there's a lot of responsibility on women, because if a woman gives her man the permission to lose interest in her, let me word it that way. If a woman gives her man the permission to lose interest in her and he goes and cheats, it's usually because of her ignorance on the power of the love that she can do. This is why it's important for women to be the things that men want: the fit, feminine, friendly, faithful, and fun. But make no mistake, man, it ain't that motherfuckers out here don't like women and bitches ain't shit and fuck all of that and we don't care about women. I don't need no man is a woman's trope. I don't need no woman you ain't never heard from no man, black, white, Asian, or Latino. And we're not saying it today either. We're simply saying men are important too. Men have a voice too. Men, and you know how I feel, is the prize. And that's all I wanted to land.
Can I ask you a question, Shannon? Based on, like, I understand what you were saying. I just had one question about a part that you said. You said that most men won't admit that they're doing it for a woman.
Yeah, they won't.
Okay.
Ego.
So wouldn't that by default say that the woman is not powerful?
No.
Or they
No,
don't understand the power of a woman if they're not even willing to say that I'm doing this because I want to put myself in a position to have the best woman of my choosing as an option.
They don't know. In fact, I was going to interrupt you about 20 minutes back because you were saying we all know that it's how important women are. I wanted to say I agree with everything you said except for that part. We don't know. And that a lot when you said that because you were speaking like men, we all know how important women are. I was going to interject on you, Humble Dad, and say, no, that's the problem. A lot of men don't know how important women are. We got to teach them how important women are, but also teach him how important he is as well.
I agree with that statement.
But isn't that the cornballs that we're talking about?
My man
He
Shannon can't
doesn't
have
know,
a
therefore
conversation.
he does.
I'm trying to have a conversation with Shannon. I was trying to respond back to him real quick. So and I agree with you. So I fall back on my statement because that's me being a contradiction, right? So I'll fall back on that. So if you're saying that most men don't recognize that they're actually or won't state that they doing it for a woman. I'm sorry, you said most?
Many.
Oh, many men. Okay.
Yeah, they won't admit many men, and I probably said most, but I'm sorry. Many or most, most won't admit how important a woman is because they want to be perceived as dominant. But it's oftentimes because they simply don't know how important she is because you can't touch it. If you ask a man how, because you ask women, what do you bring to the table? She can't really explain. They never can explain that.
But wouldn't that mean that she's not they're not valuing her power? If they don't know, then that means that they're unaware of her power. So that means that they're dismissing it. If they don't know, if ignorance is still a problem, right? If you don't know that the woman, if you don't know that a woman could change the trajectory of your life, if you don't know, you ain't never been taught, right? Then
that means you don't value her.
Thank you, Mr. Let Go. Can I say that? Okay. That means that you don't value her.
Then what? No, but so here's the
thing. You can't because you don't know.
Listen. So there's certain things that human beings do naturally, not normally, but naturally. We're being told, we're being taught. There's a difference between natural and normal. Normal is what we're being told. Oh man, women ain't shit. Listening to Snoop Dogg and all the gangster rap from the 80s. We're told bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. But men know whether they had a dad or whether they know. We know inherently, just based on the way men operate and men are raised, that that's not true. Now, are you saying simply because I can't pinpoint why I love this woman, I don't think she's important? That's not the case. And that's what I'm trying to explain. Men know the importance of women, maybe not consciously, but when you figure out why we're doing what the fuck we do, why we go to work every day and to come home and take care of a motherfucker that half the time don't appreciate you, then
that's understood, Shannon. I think that's understood, bro. What issue I got with it is this: if you understand, and again, if you understand that Red Pill is not about hating women, right? Why is it that when we just talking about how a woman enhances and compliments a man, the niggas in the chat go the other way?
I don't know what the chat was saying, but go ahead. So explain it to me.
Right, but this is what I'm saying. Let me say it like this, right? So the same way when we go in on women and when a hit dog holler, right? Is the same way these dudes in the chat, when we just compliment women on how they can compliment you and help you build, right? Then they want to go to the other side with some Red Pill shit.
Oh, okay. So I see what you're saying. And here's my thing. I think when I jumped up and was like defending the Red Pill, I'm saying them niggas ain't Red Pill. Them niggas is just some bitter niggas that's hurt, and it's probably far and few between of that. I don't know how many people's watching the show. Oh, Ricky, you on mute. You accidentally hit the mute.
They wearing y'all jersey though. They wearing y'all jersey, so we can't distinguish.
Yeah, man. Come on, man. Now you conflating, bro.
That's all I was saying, Shannon.
Them call dudes. Those are the dudes, man.
I'm not talking about the thing as a whole. I believe some of the points are valid. I'm saying these dudes who thinking they something more than they are.
Oh, well,
that's what I'm saying.
And that goes to when Ricky was saying, yo, y'all not even Shannon. Because Shannon, everything you saying, hey, it's on point. It's on point. I think you might be giving a more charitable view of grace to a lot of the men in the comments that they have the same understanding and perspective that you do. Because
I think they don't, bro.
Because even saying like
they don't.
Hold on. Even saying, hey, okay, women say I don't need no man. You never heard it said a man say I don't need no woman. Yeah, because we don't talk the same. But you hear plenty of men and you see them in the chat, yo, fuck these women. Stay on your purpose.
That's what I don't need.
That's saying I don't need. That's why I'm saying I don't need a woman.
It's the
when they take issue with us saying, hey, actually, part of your purpose, a woman will help
watching the show.
Help you with your purpose.
How many? I can't.
They're
Right,
cornballs,
they are.
bro. Just let it go.
How many people are watching the show right now? Are we at 500?
617.
So we're at 600, over 600 people watching the show. You guys understand, this is no different than Black Twitter. The loud minority, that those two words, quote unquote, loud minority. Simply, I don't know what, that's why I don't watch the chat. In a year that we've been doing this show, guess what panelists don't watch the chat? Because I know the chat doesn't necessarily represent 600 motherfuckers watching the show. You're gonna get those people that's gonna say certain things, and then it feels like everybody feels that way, but it's not everybody that feels that way. It's that one motherfucker or that other motherfucker or those 10 people or maybe 20.
Shannon,
out of 600.
I'm not trying to make a point to you. I'm trying to make a point to the people in the chat.
Oh,
you see what I'm saying? I ain't trying to. I know what Shannon's staying at. That's why I'm saying they ain't Shannon.
Got it.
Y'all not hear what I'm saying. I don't care. Look, I'm not down with this bullshit with people just coming here to watch. That's not the impression that I had why we was gonna be here. If y'all got that mindset, get the fuck out. Why was it that when we was just complimenting women, all of a sudden it go to, oh, y'all this and that and y'all this and that and that and this, when we just complimenting the woman? That's some female shit. That's the shit the girls do when I'm on their ass. I'm on all y'all ass. And anybody up here that know me know I hold everybody accountable. I hold myself accountable. I call all of y'all liars and a bunch of you niggas is cap. Y'all caps. Don't sit up here and keep trying to represent something when your shit ain't even in order. 9 out of 10 of you niggas ain't the niggas y'all say y'all is. Y'all not even a Shannon Rawls. Y'all ain't even no fucking Trill. Y'all ain't no Lapeef JR, no Mr. Let Go, or nobody else up here. That's my fucking problem. But y'all the ones sitting here preaching this toxic ass, this sideways ass bullshit, and y'all don't even take care of y'all kids.
You know, my issue with Shan is we just gonna be frank. That Shan, like most of what he says is right, but his allegiance causes him to cover some bullshit because he's very articulate and he's very articulate, he's very well read, right? So it's like the bullshit portion of what they say in that space, he can articulate it well enough to where it makes it sound good to most people. It's not. And you just proved it's not with your own words, right? What did I say? I didn't say the men say fuck women. I didn't say the men say they don't need women. I said those men minimize the importance of women. And then you came out and said, first words out of your mouth, I just feel like that's not the case. I don't feel like those men minimize women. And then 2 minutes later into the conversation, you said, those men are not, most men, your words, are not willing to admit the importance of a woman because it's going to make me look less masculine or less bravado. So you just made my point for me after attempting to contradict it, and that's my issue. right? When Humble Dad asked that line of questioning, which was a brilliant line of questioning, if I may say so myself, salute to my dog, because all it did was point out the contradiction that you admitted to. But like I said, you're very articulate and you know ways to kind of spin shit. You know, women say we don't need men and da. True, motherfuckers not arguing that, right? Women say they don't need men.
That's minimizing.
Men show women they don't value them. And it's not just the chat that's saying it. This is the part that I'm not going to let slide. I'm not going to let this shit get lost in translation. No. We're going to stay right here. There are prevalent content creators who literally say a woman's only purpose in this world is me. She is literally under my cup. She's going to do whatever I say. Like, her value to this world is dependent on me. It's what I say it is. Right? Like, she's to be protected. She's basically, you know, a child. I think, you know, Mr. Lego said that in a, you know, a joking way a lot of times, which, you know, a lot of the points that he uses to make the point makes sense. But a lot of people say it from a literally tear the woman down as if like her value is nothing but sex. She's put on this earth to procreate. Like, her purpose is me. Right? So that means that she's written down to a cog in my machine. That's what that says. Right? And again, your words, you just said most men are not willing to admit the importance of a woman because I don't want to look less masculine. You know the thing about omitting is that omitting is saying something. It's saying that I don't value you. And I don't feel like it's from a place of ignorance either. I ain't gonna let that slide either. These is grown ass men, 35, 45, 40 years old that are saying these things. So you have enough lived life experience to know the importance of a woman, yet you come on these platforms, wave that red pill flag and banner that a lot of them wave, and continue to echo the sentiment that a woman's importance to a man's success is minimal. And you're saying that's not true, and that's a fucking lie. It just is. Because, and again, aside from everything I just said, you made the point out of your own mouth and then tried to dance.
Didn't. No, I didn't. And we can go back and forth on it because what you saying I'm conflating it, but you conflating two different points. You said men minimize the importance of women, and I'm saying men won't admit this because they want to be perceived as dominant. That's not the same thing, Trill. Let's add some intelligence to this conversation. Come on, you know that's not the same thing.
What?
Whether a man will admit,
I'm confused, bro. It's the same damn.
You are. That's why I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to. Let me finish talking to Trill. I'm simply saying, Trill, that men do not minimize the importance of women. What they don't do is maximize the importance of themselves.
No, that's conflating. That's conflating. No. We're gonna stay on they don't minimize the importance of women because they do what in regard to women. Don't tell me what they're not doing for themselves. What do they do with regard to women?
What do you mean what they do?
They omit the importance of women. That is minimizing it. We are intelligent here. We are all well-read. We all went to college. Words have meaning. We're not gonna sit here and say that men don't minimize women. They just don't say out loud how important they are. Those are not the same thing. Yes, they are.
Shane, can I say something that's very important that is a secret that not many people know? Do you know all these cornballs, red pill, manosphere, all this dumb shit?
Me.
You know all this stupid shit is handed down from a group of white people. There's a white manosphere that are the puppet masters of all these dumbass dudes. So when they trash black women, it's actually the white people that are actually teaching them how to trash black women. So white people are actually telling the little cornballs on YouTube, manosphere, all these dumbass niggas, to talk shit about black women. And they're getting the tutelage from white people. There is a white manosphere that is over the black manosphere. The white manosphere actually was created first, and they created a black manosphere in order to fuck over black women. And these dumb ass niggas do it every fucking night because they're idiots and they're working for subconsciously or directly or indirectly for white people.
And
It's
Mr.
fucking
Let Go,
stupid.
and I'm hearing that from the guy that
is a
says
fact,
women are children.
man.
And you saying that
From a protective standpoint. No. Don't go
with your
that.
whole
No.
chest.
Hold on.
Why you
Answer
call
to what
women
I said.
children?
Answer to what I said. You're trying to defend yourself. Answer to what I said. Is this a fact
Did
or
you
is
ask
it
a
not?
question? I didn't know you asked a question. What's
the shit that
what was your question?
I made a statement. Do you think the statement is a fact or not? That all these dumbass niggas are ran by white people in the white manosphere? Yes or no?
No.
Yes or no?
No.
Okay.
Answer is
The
no.
Red Pill movie was done by the study was done by a white woman, actually. Just for
White woman.
clarity.
White woman, white feminist woman. These niggas are stupid. All
But I
of
was
them.
I was
Idiots.
just trying to say that, I mean, it's important that we don't conflate words. Obviously, like it's the power of a woman is obvious. Shannon, you've said it so many times. Like I remember you telling us a story about I can't remember, it was a ruler maybe, and he was talking about why he built the city or why he conquered things or something like that. I can't remember. It was something like that to that degree.
Napoleon,
thank you. And you said the reason why he did it overall was for a woman, right?
For his wife, yeah.
Right, for his wife. So you say that, and that means that you're saying that he understood the power of a woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then
I don't know if he understood it, but that's what that what I'm saying. But
he had to understood it, or he wouldn't have did that for her. He understood her value. That's why he's doing it, right? The reason why you market, because you know the value of marketing. The reason why most Black people don't market well is because they don't know the value of marketing, right? If they don't know, that still means that they don't understand the value in it, right? Ignorance doesn't take away from doesn't make it even better just because you don't know, right? So I'm saying that if men can understand that the power of a woman, the right woman, I think Ricky may have talked about that for sure. The right woman puts you in a different position, right? You know that. And so a man that says, if you go ask a man, what's the value of a woman? And on these, and we talked about these different YouTube algorithms, or not algorithms, but these different platforms, they're literally saying that the value of a woman is not what that is. She's just good for sex. That's what is being said.
I don't know who's saying that. I don't know what.
I mean, I don't know if we can name names, but like I put in the back chat, there are several. Okay.
Let me be clear. Let me be clear real quick, Mr.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm simply saying I don't know that Napoleon knew why he was doing what he did. I don't know why he conquered Tripoli. I don't know why a lot of men may not be able to pinpoint why they're doing what they're doing, or why they get up and they're excited to go work on a particular thing and realize that it's that woman that he just left in the bed, or that why he got pep in his step because he got an amazing blowjob. I don't know that a lot of men consciously know that that's the reason why, right? Studies have shown, and a lot of us are privy to these studies, and that's why we're able to articulate them, that that's the reason why. But a lot of men just do the shit that they do for their families. And as far as they're concerned, I just love her, man. I don't know. I can't pinpoint. I just love her. But it doesn't necessarily mean that he's dissing her or he's minimizing her and say she ain't shit. Oh, this is all me. Fuck all, No, they're not saying that, because these niggas would die for that woman.
We're not talking about all men though, Shannon. They were specifically talking about the red pill.
Red pill men.
Right.
Okay, red pill men. Pick them. However you want to do it. I'm simply saying men do what we do for our families, which include our women and children. And why we do it, a lot of
these things don't have wives or children.
It's auto-programmed. As I say all the time, it's baked in the cake. And we just go out there and do it, and we jump up, and we put them behind us. And when danger shows up and we're keeping our head on the swivel, we're making sure that we're protecting our families. And we don't know why, because it's just wired in us. I don't know that a lot of guys know that consciously. But the fact that a man don't know
they
that
don't have children
doesn't
or
mean
wives,
that he's
bro.
minimizing or that he's fucking relegating his wife to, oh, she's
serious.
only good for fucking me. That's all she is.
These
all
niggas don't have children, Shan. Shan, do you understand that these cornballs don't have children, let alone wives? They don't have no children. These niggas don't have no children. What are you talking about? They have no wives. They have no children. These niggas don't have any children, bro. None of them. None of these red pill cornballs have children. They don't.
Yeah, that's true. Shannon, do you say that you don't pay attention to these things? Is that fair to say?
I don't pay. No, I don't.
Before
I
you
don't
don't know the different panels like that.
Oh yeah. I don't bounce around on a lot of these panels that be talking. When I hear motherfuckers out, because I hear them, I see them. They pop in my algorithm. That's all I got on.
Really?
Okay.
But I don't indulge because I be seeing women that get on and just talk shit and bash and just say, and then I get men that just talk shit and bash. I tend to stay away from those.
Okay, so what you're saying is that when we see it, that is a bad representation of red pill.
Yes.
Even though, I mean, these dudes have like 300,000 subscribers, 500,000 subscribers, millions of subscribers.
Who has over 100,000 subscribers is doing that?
You got I'll put it in the back chat. I don't know if I can say it, right? I don't know. So I don't know.
I'll call names. You know
That's
what
no
I'm
problem.
saying? I don't.
That's one.
Huh?
Okay. I just put one in the back chat. That's one. All right. What's his name? There's another one that
they don't claim red pill.
Okay. But okay, yes they do. But okay.
Stop it, bro. Stop it, bro.
So I gave you two in the back. I gave you two in the back chat.
See what I'm saying? This what I'm talking about.
This is what I'm talking about.
This my problem, right?
That's
here.
what I'm saying.
That is the definition of conflating, bro.
Make a great
Stop
lawyer,
it,
though.
man.
I'll tell you that. You make a great lawyer.
Stop it, bro. That's the definition of conflating, bro. Stop it. Come on, man. Stop it.
Listen,
just let
I'm
it go,
just telling
bro.
you what they said.
It's
What
one
they
dog.
said. But you know,
Ain't
some people
nothing.
say that
My
Kevin
dog
Samuels
ain't
said
saying
that.
nothing. It's over. It's over, bro.
Is
It's
Kevin
over.
Samuels red? Okay,
delusion.
hold on.
That's figments of
everybody.
imagination.
It's over.
Is Kevin
over.
Samuels red pill?
It's over. Going to bed, bro.
Is Kevin
I'm going to
Samuels
bed.
red pill?
It's over. He's
Trill.
dead. We're not going to talk about a dead person.
Is Kevin?
No,
why?
he's
He's
dead.
my frat
We're not
brother.
gonna talk about dead
and he's
people.
my friend. I knew him. So I'm asking: is Kevin Samuels red pill?
I'm not sure I ever heard Kevin Samuels admit to being red pill.
Yeah, Kevin claimed that he's taking the red pill. He said that. But the point is, Kevin was still
He's taking
pushing
the
for
red pill.
family.
Who the hell? What are these pills that these people are taking? They took the red pill. What the hell?
Yeah.
What grown ass man will say, "I took a red pill," and they didn't take a red pill in real life? What kind of stupid shit is this?
Me, I said it. I say it.
This shit is stupid, bro.
So now
It's
what?
stupid.
I don't know, man.
It's stupid.
Kevin
I'm
Samuels,
telling you,
Kevin
it's
Samuels
stupid.
was a green pill from what I heard. And I just leave it there. And that's my dog too. Hey, real rap. That's my dog. Rest in peace to bro. But yeah, green pill.
Yeah,
So
the
that's what I'm
man's
saying. A
dead,
lot
man.
of
Like,
people
let the
wanna- a
man
lot of
rest,
people
man.
don't
Why we
like
talk about a person that don't
They
pass
run
away, bro?
from these- They run
Can't
because
do that.
because they think it's a gang. It's not a gang and shit. It's more of a philosophy. That's
No,
all it
you
is.
trying
It's
to
not-
conflate. You trying to find him, and you trying to find different ways to get out of the damn argument. No, these niggas is
No, I
trash,
don't.
bro.
No, first of all, nigga,
They
I don't
work
do
for
that.
white
I
people.
don't do that. I'll fight every one of y'all niggas. I don't.
Hey,
They
so I got a
promote this
productive
bullshit for white
I got
people.
I got a productive
The
question.
white
Come
man
on,
is
Shan.
pulling
I like
strings
I like
for
the energy,
these
Shan.
lame
I like the
ass
energy
niggas.
today.
Hey, listen, I got a productive question. I got a productive
Man,
question.
just
I thought
give
mine
up.
was
These ass
productive.
niggas are
I
working
thought
for
I
the
had a
white
productive
man.
question.
Yeah, yours was productive, but now we not. Aaron is on something else right now, so you know. It
No,
ain't
I'm just
productive.
saying, man. Fuck these niggas, man.
Hey, so listen. I see a lot of times.
Oh, MTR
us following.
Yeah, MTR is ripping. Go ahead.
I see a lot of times men following women's lead. You know, and I think that's what's happening with some of the red pill content out here. You know, I see some men complaining about how women are manipulative and they just using men. They save your number in as food, and they just using them. And so in turn, men are following women's lead and just learning how to be manipulative and just use them for sex and all of it. And so a lot of the conversation is, oh, well, women have had all these spaces to, talk about, their ills with men, and it's been women dominated content and it caters to women and they advocate for women. So now we're advocating for men. I don't advocate for women, but I ain't advocating for men. Who's going to advocate for the family? So that's the question I have.
Facts.
Why are we picking sides? Republican, Democrat, Autobot, Decepticon, like good guy, bad guy. Like, what advocate for women? No, I advocate for men. We advocate for men over here. Who's advocating for the black family? I'm gonna call family. Right. Women, if you out of line, you out of line. Men, if you out of line, you out of line. Because I don't care about men per se or women per se. I care about us as a unit, because it's gonna take us as a unit, you know what I'm saying, to elevate our people.
Right.
But see, James.
So when can we go ahead?
Okay. Yeah, no, I was just gonna say the whole issue is that I don't think that they denounce family. My issue is they reduce the importance of the woman within the family. That's my issue. Like I said, which is why I'm talking to Shane earlier. A lot of what he said is right. And he's very articulate and he can spin shit. He's gifted in that regard.
True. All I'm saying is, if you're an advocate for a certain side, what that means to me, and maybe you're meaning something else in your intention that I'm not inferring. What that means to me is that's the side you're going to take. Like, for instance, if you committed a crime and I'm your defense attorney, man, it was a billboard in my city where the defense attorney, the billboard said, just because you did it don't mean you guilty. If I'm your defense attorney, Trill, I'm an advocate for you. Damn if you was right or wrong. I'm advocating for you. And so when I hear I'm an advocate for men,
that's exactly what Shane is doing.
When I hear I'm an advocate for men, and maybe they don't mean this, so I'm just telling you how it lands for me. When I hear somebody say that I'm an advocate for men, to me that says I'm on men's side.
Well,
regardless,
the reason why is because
I'm an advocate for that's
the reason why. The reason why, and let me be clear about why I say that, right? Is because it seems like an unfair playing field. We got so many motherfuckers that you can't even say shit on. You get channels taken, you get accounts snatched on TikTok and Instagram if you say anything positive, or if you about men, or if you say anything negative about women. But on the flip side, if you say something negative about men, that shit can fly all day long. You can even monetize the shit. And if you diss men, it's okay. If you say something positive about women, it's okay. It's a lopsided, uneven playing field. And far too often, we got white knight motherfucking men who's out there fucking rah-rah-rahing, playing cheerleader for women, who's out there dissing men, and the fucking and then you got a whole community of women who's out there dissing men, and it's like, god damn, men in general want family. Men in general want legacy. We want children. We want to carry our names. We want to build. Family is not something that men is saying, man, I can't, fuck that. I just want a child. Men ain't running around talking about, I just want the baby, man. I don't need the bitch. Men don't say that. Men want family.
They don't want a baby, or they don't want the baby or the bitch. They just want some pussy.
So it ain't a lot of men in there saying they never get married.
They don't want the baby or the bitch.
One at a time, y'all. One at a time.
Wait. Which is what I was gonna say. Men don't say that verbatim. They say it in a different way. Like as men, like let's just be honest here. Growing up, most men value legacy, not marriage, not meeting the right woman. Men aspire to have kids. My little man gonna be, You know what I'm saying? He gonna extend my leg. He gonna do this. Like men talk way more about like my seed than they do about getting married. Men don't have no goddamn aspirations of marriage at a young age. Like, what are we talking about? Most men, especially
at a young age, I hope
in the
not.
black community, most of us don't even know what a healthy marriage looks like. So again, going back to the first topic, how can I aspire for some shit that I've never seen? But you know what I have seen? Kids be had. So as a man, just because they don't say it in the way that a lot of just misguided women do, they move like that. If you ask a man like how high does marriage rank on your priority list, and then compare that to how high does having a kid to extend your legacy rank on that list, I guarantee you the kid is going to be way higher than the wife. And if we say anything else, I will log off this computer right now and go to bed because it's cap going on.
And let me say this. Let me say this. There's a cornball in the chat that said red pill is a praxology. Go look it up, right? What do you think they learned that dumbass word from? It's one of the white dudes who started this dumb shit. The white dudes was saying it's a praxology or whatever the fuck that shit is. It's a white dude that taught all these dumbass niggas this stupid shit. It's a white dude. Look it up. It's a white manosphere holding the strings on all these dumbass niggas. And they're shitting on women because the white people are telling them to do the shit. Look it up yourself. Find out who started this praxology bullshit. It's some white people. The white manosphere.
Mute it, Shannon.
I'll tell you what, I'd even say this. I would say that women, I would say that women growing up
talking about
in terms of
praxology, Shannon.
aspirations and women in terms of growing up and aspirations and what they aspire to be and what they aspire to accomplish. Women aspire to be married more than they aspire to have kids. And with men, it's the opposite in terms of priority. Like I said, most men, because look at the space. Look how they talk about marriage. How many creators do you see on these platforms speaking highly of marriage?
Me.
They don't.
Me.
They do not. So, and again, if you say that they do, I will log off this fucking computer because that's not true. They don't. And that's why, and that's part of the reason why marriage is such is then seen as a negative connotation. Like what look at the different response when a man let his boys know he getting married compared to a woman when she let her friends know she getting married. It's
understand that.
totally different.
Yeah, men ain't running out to catch bouquets flying in after the garter belt comes off.
Exactly. So that's my point.
I understand what you're saying, but men in general want family.
Yes. Okay. So again, this is where the separation comes because you have a certain mental stance. Let's get to the details, right? Mm-hmm. Ladies, men want to get married, just not to a shitty woman,
and want to be husbands,
right? And
which is the difference.
And women want to get married, just not to a shitty dude, and that's all.
But don't want to be a wife.
This is what I'm saying. Like both sides of it is fucked up, but because you got this stance of what shit could be, and because you think you're supposed to be here, all of y'all operating 1 foot in and 1 foot out. And y'all wonder why y'all get the results y'all get. I like all y'all asses up. When a female is off point, I'm going to tell you off point. But when dudes is off point, y'all be off point too. My point tonight was that why is it that when I say that shit, y'all do the same shit the females do instead of taking accountability for it? First thing y'all want to go is to these red pill talking points about how I don't need no woman. That ain't nobody even said that shit. I said, well, not you, Shannon, not you, right?
You saw my face. Like, wait, what I say that?
No, listen to what I'm saying, Shannon. I didn't even say shit about red pill. I said that she's your compliment, and then they go on to some other shit. Oh, nobody said your purpose was a woman. I said she makes you better, bro. She improves it. She makes your life easier. I can say that for a fact because Shannon said it so many times that when a woman is on point and she's on your program, if you make $1 million, if you can make $1 million by yourself, she'll help you make 2. Right? But I'm going to tell y'all again what the problem is. All you motherfuckers think y'all better than somebody. Every single one of y'all. And my point is this, like I said, y'all not even a Shannon Rawls. Y'all ain't got the 7 Series being in the fucking fast lane. You niggas are in a broke down lane complaining about some shit y'all can't even maintain. If you can in your real life, by all means. You don't give a fuck what I'm saying anyway, right? So why you posting up in the chat with rebuttals, nigga? The same shit I say about these females, bruh. A hit dog gon' holler. If the shoe fit, put them bitches on and run with them. This is the power of women. The power of women is they raise nations. They control culture. That's why you see these goofy bitches out twerking on Jeeps in the middle of the goddamn street and shit because they control culture. And like I asked on Trill AC show, ladies, if y'all control the culture, why don't y'all change it? Did I not say that, Trill? I tell men to be correct at all times. Don't give that woman no excuse. Because if you being a man and you giving 100%, when she acting froggy, it's real easy to make a decision, my boy. I hold everybody accountable. You know why? Because I hold myself accountable. But stop with this cap shit like y'all working towards something, bro. No, you working on yourself. All you care about is you. Y'all don't love the kids. Y'all don't love the women. Y'all don't love the men. Shut the fuck up. That's why I cried on fucking cruise season. Y'all want to know? Because y'all don't love each other. Not women don't love men. No, men don't love women. Y'all don't love each other, bro. Y'all ask for something y'all not willing to give. And y'all think shit gonna change. Y'all think it's hope for the community. It's over for you niggas, bruh. It's over.
Yeah, and I just want to point out something that everybody's pointed out multiple times tonight. From the clothes that we're wearing, to the haircuts that we get, to the cars that we drive, we do it to impress the women. They control just about everything we think about. We do everything to appease them. Like everything that we do from the time we wake up in the morning, even myself personally, and my thought process, how can I make my wife's day easier so my life can be easier? Their power is unmatched. There is no power that can match a woman's power. So this conversation is like, if you rebuttal that, then to me, you're not a man because you don't know the value of a woman. If you don't know the value of a woman, you can't know the value of yourself.
And just last point, I mean, the entire universe as it relates to the market, as it relates to advertising, is predicated on who? Women.
Facts.
Why? Because their spending is the most of anybody, right? I mean, it's only men and women, but they're spending above is crazy above us, right? So that even gives you another point to say that the power of a woman, even the advertisers and marketers see that. So I don't know why dudes can't see it.
Yeah, man. I just want to say, bro, like I'm gonna be the first one to hold a woman accountable, man. If you're familiar with my content, familiar with my history, I done got in trouble 1,000,001 times for doing that. You understand me? And I'm gonna continue to do it. I don't give a damn. But again, like the side I'm on is gonna always be the truth. I don't have an implicit bias. That's just not. It's not how I'm wired. If the truth makes a man look bad, then it just makes us look fucking bad. If it makes a woman look bad, then it just makes them look bad. But I'm on the side of truth, and the truth is, dope ass women like escalate your life to proportions we can't even really quantify. But I don't feel like it's spoken to enough. It's not enough platforms in this space that are speaking positively about marriage, bro. Like all we hear about is, oh man, you're gonna lose half. Oh man, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that, you're gonna do this, you're gonna be that. Then you gotta watch out for this, or your kids are dead. Like that's what all of it is. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that that's wrong, but I think that how little we hear about positive marriages is contributing to the problem. It's contributing to the mindset because it's a bunch of young people watching this content. And trust me, I know they be in, cruise season. Oh man, hey man, I'm 16, I'm 17, bro. I'm out here. I'm just trying to figure it out, bro. I'm this, da, 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 da. And what I value most about us, man, and what I pride our whole existence on is the balance. I'm gonna give you the warnings, the pitfall. Hey, bro, watch out for this. Hey, bro, don't do this. Hey, bro, do it. But on the other side, it's like, hey, when you got a dope ass woman in your corner, motherfucker, that's inspiring you, that's lifting you up, that's contributing to the cause. Like she's not just a cog in the machine. She's an active participant in this motherfucker. Like her opinion is imperative to where it is that we trying to go. As a man, just because you got a dick between your legs does not mean that you make all the decisions. That's not how life works. And if you don't make that woman feel valued, she's gonna leave you and she's gonna take half and she's gonna take your kids. It's very true. But as a man, a lot of us think that, man, as long as I just bring the bag to the table, I'm good. I did my job. Your job is turn the house to a home, this, that, and the third. Hell no, I shouldn't be spending that much time, nurturing the kids and shit like that. Again, Andrew Tate's words, not mine. Y'all got on me last week for that when the motherfucker said exactly what I said. But, it's neither here nor there. A lot of men operate under that old guard. And me personally, I don't feel like it's enough balance in that old guard. And I don't feel like it's enough praise given to the dope ass women out here. All we hear about is the hoes. The motherfuckers is out here having 3, 4, 5 different kids, bunch of dudes, this and the third, reckless moving, not taking care of their kids, all that. And don't get me wrong, that exists. That's very prevalent in today's society. But we need to hear about the good women too. We need to hear about the dope women. And not only that, but how do you navigate when you have one? How do you keep her? The importance of keeping her. You got niggas living on this path. It ain't my job to keep her. This niggas literally said this. And these is big creators in this red pill community that niggas value.
No, because you spitting red
interrupt
pill
me.
philosophy.
I'm not done talking. What I'm saying is this. There needs to be the same praise given to those dope ass women as the goddamn tearing down that y'all give to the hoes. That's all I'm saying. And it's not enough balance in that. And if we say that it is, we are lying to ourselves and we are contributing to the problem. That is the only point that I'm trying to get across here. Now you can talk.
You are red pill aware, Trill, especially if truth is what matters. If truth, whether it's on men or women, whether nigga, are you doing what you're supposed to do, or are you sitting around playing fucking 2K on a PS4 all goddamn day, and you're not a producer, or are you a baby mama and you're just a child and you a kid and all this other? If the truth is what matters, Trill, then you are red pill aware. And really the men need to do better means that you're more manosphere. The red pill part is, as long as we know, now that we have the information, what do we do with it? Now that you know that some niggas ain't shit and some women ain't shit, some of these motherfuckers ain't shit, what do we do with that? Now, I hear what you're saying. We need to praise the good women out there. Well, we need to praise the good men too. But the moment we praise good men, then what? All of a sudden, what the fuck are we talking about them for? It ain't enough for them. Well, we talk about the Pookies and the Ray Rays. A small percentage of the community. But it seems that they want to represent all the black men. So I'm simply saying, if truth is what matters, then you're red pill aware, because that just simply means that, listen, this is how shit works. Fucked up ass men, fucked up ass women. Do we understand everybody's fucked upness? Let's work on that shit. Men, this is your problem. Oftentimes when you get on a guy, and this goes back to my man James when he was saying, well, what do you mean by advocate of men? You get on a guy, guys is like, damn. All right, man. You a fat dude. You only make $20,000 a year, if that. You ain't doing shit. You live at your mama house. What the fuck is wrong with you? Okay. You don't get much pushback. It's almost a boring conversation. It's like, okay, check in with me every 90 days. Let me see how you're going. With women, This is what's going on with you. Oh no, take me as I am. I'm fine. This is it. I'm a queen, Mother Earth, and everything is fine with me. I'm a boss bitch, and fucking clawed nails and fake eyelashes and fake hair and all this other extra shit. And it's just like, damn, the moment we say something to them, it's an issue. That seems to be the case more often than I'd like to see it. And
Shane,
so
that's a fair
where
point.
the attention goes.
It's a very fair point.
That's a fair point.
Oftentimes, that's where the attention goes. So what to highlight, what always sticks out, if women took the same accountability on their fucking problems as men took accountability on their fucking problems, we probably wouldn't have these shows. But the moment I'm talking to a young 31-year-old guy who spent his whole 20s fucking up and he wants to get on his shit, I understand, Unc. I know, man. I know, Unc. Listen, I was fucking up, man. My bad, Unc. What I need to do now? What I need to do now? All right. Well, first you got to do this. Okay, I'm starting that tomorrow, Unc. That's what I hear. I say, tell a sister, hey, you know what? I think you should probably why I got to do that? And it's like, well, goddamn, the energy ain't the same. But as long as we want the truth, that's what we mean by red pill. So I hear what it. So that's why it kind of irks me when it's like, oh, these red pill motherfuckers. No. If truth is what we all praise, then you red pill too. Especially if you know it. That's why they call it red pill aware. I know what happened because a lot of us blue pill motherfuckers like I was didn't know. We thought happy wife, happy life. Do what I'm supposed to do. Get beat down. Come home to no cold food or no food. Go to work. Spend 13 hours. You get to chill. And I'm doing all this for you just to make sure that you cool. Fuck that. Wait a minute. What about my happiness? What about my mental health? What about my fucking broke back that's hurting because I've been shoveling and digging a ditch all goddamn day? I don't get no praise for that? No, because you a man. You're supposed to do that. And it's like, wow, that doesn't seem right. That don't seem that, I go through my 30s and I was like, this shit don't feel right. Something ain't right about this. It's just not, it doesn't seem like, you know what I'm saying? But she's lying. Motherfuckers out here just straight lying and it's okay. Then they taking all our money and all that. Then you go through the court system and the fucking men are getting raked over. It's like, dog, I don't know what the fuck is going on. So it's lopsided, James. It's lopsided and it's not fair. And I'm simply saying, if we could be a little bit more fair, just a little bit more fair, then we can have better conversations. But as long as it's not fair, as long as we out here just dissing us because you don't need us and fuck that, and men ain't shit, and to the left, and scrubs, and independent, and independent woman, and all, and then it, boy, I tell you,
I get you.
Very difficult.
I got you, Shad, and so I'm gonna end on whatever value of solution based idea that I can bring to this conversation here. When you talk about the accountability, fair point. I saw a post of a billboard that said, "Show your mind, not your behind." It was two versions of it. It was a black dude. It said, "Show your mind, not your behind." It was advocating going, to get a degree, graduate, but it had a dude sagging his pants, showing his behind. And then there was another one that was a woman, turned around doing that dumbass pose that they be doing. The only reason to turn around and do a pose over your shoulder is to show your ass. I hate that pose, right? And it said, "Show your mind, not your behind." Now,
which one got pushed back?
You already know. Look, we could be talking to the most street hood gangster dude, and we could be, "Hey man, y'all gotta step it up, man. Y'all start killing each other." Yeah, you right. Like, we'll take it. It ain't no pushback. "Hey man, pull your pants up, man. Show yourself." Yeah, all right, man. Like you said, you right, Aunt, you right, OG. Yeah, man. The comments under the picture for the woman was like, "First of all, I'm gonna do both of them." Like, Like, so I get you on that. I get you on that. But in terms of a solution, man, here's what I believe. A lot of men out here are trying to lead women, and we are supposed to be leaders of the community. But when we're trying to lead women and we're getting on YouTube, we're getting in comment sections, we're getting on social media, and we're trying to tell women how to, how they need to do whatever. We're admitting right now they don't take that type of accountability. I believe each one reach one, teach one. You're not supposed to try to get on here and argue these women in the comment section. You're supposed to go find and lead your woman. Because if each one reach one and teach one, Shan, I'm sure you'd agree with this. As much as we can talk about how fucked up the dating pool is and pisses in it and women, how they are nowadays, modern women. If a woman, right, is around you in your presence, you're going to command a different type of certain response. Like my wife, even, Shan, she was nowhere in the vicinity of what's going on out here. But when I met her, she had a certain type of, she had a certain type of energy about her. But she ain't had that shit with me. Right? And so, like, if you don't even understand, Shakespeare's Taming of the Shrew, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like where, Petruchio, the character in that, he was like, oh, I'm going to take this woman under subjection, right? And she's going to get on the program. No matter how much of a shrewd woman she is. Like, that when a woman is really about you, all the rest of that shit that she was on before is out the fucking window. And this is going into the conversation that Rashawn was skating earlier, right? That we're gonna do another show on somebody else's platform, like Lego said, about like how do you cultivate a woman? How do you cultivate your woman? Not trying to cultivate all the women in YouTube. It's not gonna work. They're not gonna fucking listen to you, right? But when a woman get around you and she about you for real, and like she'll get on your program. And I don't care what kind of attitude she was on before. My wife was, well, man, he gonna have this, that, the third, and I'm gonna get this many carat ring and princess cuts, baguettes on the side, and all that. After we was dating for 6 months, she's like, I'll go marry you at the courthouse. You know what I'm saying? So you're supposed to go lead your woman, not trying to, lead and influence all of the women out here on social media. So that would be my advice, to me out
here. All right. Ricky, ready to do super chats, Ricky?
Quest $49.99, big money baller. If you like dudes, just say so.
Appreciate it, Quest.
Sage Talk, what's good, OG? He said it's possible because so many women in society say they don't need a man. It's possible some men are responding the same way as a form of protection. Little Wood said, brothers, just get your fuck on and stop trying to save them. Master Roach.
wait, go back to that one.
I already started already.
You already started.
All right. I think that was an example of what you guys was talking about. Just get your fuck on and fuck all these hoes.
Exactly. Master Roshi said the issue is people misunderstand the red pill and listen to 20-year-old content creators who are confused. I've been in a red pill space since 2011. The red pill simply teaches men not to hate women for what they can't be to them. Sharon Compton with the super sticker. Dark Nimbus, that's a cloud. Sirach 3625, King James Version. Where no hedge is, there's the possession is spoiled, and he that hath no wife will wander up and down mourning. Wow. Little Wood, if she ain't breaking bread, she can't get in my bed. At Resonating Soul, you hating because I'm speaking the truth. That's one of them your truths, bro. Ricky, just because you cry don't mean you authentic. Show don't. Miss Nurse Fancy to replace that $2. Master Roshi again, a red pill is like teaching folks about fire. Fire can destroy and create you as an individual. Choose what fire is to you and how to use it. Many dudes know RP theory and nothing practical. Little Wood again, Lapeef Network, what happened to freedom of speech? It's a dictatorship. I'm not King Collins, not a democracy, nigga. It's like I'm not King Collins. Trill making sense per usual also. Master Roshi, Mr. Let Go has been divorced and had a woman call the cops on him. He's supposed to have the truth. That's like listening to an obese personal trainer. Master Roshi, red pill is a praxology. Go look it up, Mr. Let Go. R. Cook 2486. A lot of men say they want to be there for their kids because their dad wasn't around. Master Roshi again. Mr. Let Go talks about trauma all the time. Where does he think those studies come from? Black psychologist? What the fuck is he on?
I think that's all of them.
They love Let Go, boy.
He's saying everything we get from white folk.
Yeah.
Let Go, something else.
All right, definitely appreciate you guys for tuning in. Appreciate the panel. If you guys haven't already, make sure you guys follow Crew Season, Ricky Williams Boxing, Shannon Rawls. Salute to James Penn for coming on, RJD for coming on. Make sure you guys follow Humble Dad. Great streams on Mondays as well. Make sure you guys follow these guys on their Instagrams. Let's go ahead and support each other. Hit the like button. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Shout out to the greatest network ever. And that's another edition of King Talk. My apologies for going so late, fellas, but it was definitely a good dialogue. I think it's healthy. There might be some clips from this one. Shan gonna make sure of it. He gonna look at this shit. This the one right here. This the one. It's gonna be a whole stream about you, motherfuckers.
I'm looking forward to it, Shannon. I'm looking forward to it.
Bro, that's what I say. It's just funny. Me and Shan gotta have our bi-monthly argument at least. You know what I mean?
That is so true because y'all typically on the same team.
Right, but this the only shit that we really disagree on.
We went way too. I've been agreeing with Trill way too goddamn long.
So you have to break the cycle.
Men and women, bro, get y'all shit together, bro. Ain't nobody exempt from correction, bro.
Facts.
Everybody get your shit together, man. God damn. Men, y'all fucked up. Women, y'all fucked up. We both fucked up, bro. Get y'all shit together, bro.
None of us is perfect, man. We all going through it. We're going through some, and we all got to get better. That's it, man. All of us, men and women alike. Lapeef, you on mute, bro.
My bad. I said I'm gonna tell y'all now. Shannon trying to hear that shit, man. Y'all struck a nerve tonight. So you Shannon been checked out right now, man. But
a lot of y'all ain't no Shannon Rawls. I'm gonna keep saying that.
Hey, Shannon, you gonna put that on the shirt? A lot of y'all ain't Shannon Rawls.
Put it on the t-shirt.
Yeah, talking like y'all Shannon and shit, 6'5" and shit. Fuck out of here, nigga. All right, bro.
All right, man. Appreciate y'all. Y'all tell y'all, man. Hit the like button on y'all way out. All right, gentlemen.
Peace, y'all.
All right.
Bitch, I'ma go all the way up. Bitch, I'ma go all the way up. They keep on calling my phone. They catching on to the buzz. I got it out of the mud, but I'ma go all the way up. Bad girl from the sewer. She taking me out of this world. Bitch, I'ma go all the way up. Nice guy with a cold shoulder. Yeah, we cool, but I don't know you. Wrote a flower and I'm off the potion. Give me superpowers and I won't stop to the bank. Roll on supermassive. Big bank for the space chatter. Way up in the squad NASA. Couple filled with the dark magic. Subtle flex when I run a race. Tell these rap niggas eat my dust. Lil baddie after cellular. Talking life and I we set it up. I'm a sharpshooter, yeah, Will Smith. Call me Prince Park, let me freshen up. Bay boy on a level up. Way up, did a nebulas. I'm never copping a chain. Cause I see it all through the frames. And I leave it all on the pages. Feeling like they want me locked in the cage. They want us all on the fake shit. But I'ma go all the way A with it. Cause I don't feel all the way safe here. Nah, spray the champagne shower up in the air. Stunner goggles, what the fuck is a flute? Untamed and she wild off the goose. Ghost ride, bitch, I come through the roof. Fuck 12 cause they all on my tail. Hella wild and I break all the rules. Chill, bro, you way out of line. Yeah, I know it's a mood. Bitch, I'ma go all the way up. They keep on calling my phone. They catching on to the buzz. I got it out of the mud, but I'ma go all the way up. Bad girl from the sewer. She taking me out of this world, bitch. I'ma go all the way. Got the spinning, got the Katie spinning. I'm outrageous with it, going crazy with it. Got the phrase jumping off the page, gifted. Got the waves pushing, got the neighbors tripping, got the trap booming, jumping off the speakers. Drip on me, jumping off the easel. Gold wristed, couldn't tell me shit, bitch. Nah, bottle fisted. Cooking the bars, turn a lab into a living kitchen. Niggas grimace when I water whip it. Subtle flexing to the candid image. Come from pushing in the S type with no license, gas load, the windows tinted. Still couldn't see me with the zoom on your little vision. Nah, we are not the same. We got different lenses. No one snapping like we something real. Figure, keep it realistic. Fuck the splitter with my day ones. Got the label making bank runs, cause a train of thought like a freight, huh? I'm the type to get a late start. You the type to be afraid, huh? I'm the type to never have things. You the type to have it made, huh? Yeah, wave. And I keep fuel to the flame, huh? How they got me going this hard. Really, I'm the type to never say much. Vice grip, got the game clutch. Every song make the stage rush. I always said making money might